look at your debt and put you in charge of your retirement.
Okay.
Folks, call now. We'll put a total retirement plan together for you and give you a free book.
919-794-7900 or always text Amanda to 600-700.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
You can't buy a best friend. You can love them, walk them, pet them, and care for them, whether they want you to or not. You can take a picture or 50. You can fly to the moon, travel the world, or just stay in bed. You can't buy a best friend like that, but you can adopt one. There are millions of pets waiting for a best friend just like you. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Tired of hearing this from your local tire place?
Sorry, we can't fix it. Take it to Dauntless.
This year, skip the middleman and take your car straight to Dauntless Transmissions if you want quality work done right the first time. Transmissions, engine, or brake work, or just a regular tune-up. If it's broke, Dauntless will fix it. For quality work done with the kind of experience that works for you, take it to Dauntless Transmissions first. Go to DauntlessTransmissions.com to book your visit today. Dauntless Transmissions, your local source for exceptional service.
To some, a baby's babbling doesn't mean much, but it does. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Learn more at autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Big truck accidents can cause life-changing injuries, and life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. I know big truck wrecks, and I know how to fight those big insurance companies. If you've been hurt by a big truck, contact us at ritchielaw.com. I'm on top of it.
WCMC-FM HD1 Holly Springs.
Little ready, kick steals. Swing and a high fly ball, center field. Varsho back, near the wall, at the track, gone! Freddie Freeman! A home run to center field. Freeman walks it off in the 18th. Oh, Freddie delivers. And they wait to mob him at home plate. The Dodgers in 18 win it. 6-5. Freddie goes yard. Man.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Look who's back. Victoria's here.
I know. And the World Series is still playing.
Well.
I tried to stay up.
Oh, I didn't.
I think I made it to like the 13th inning, and I was like, no.
I fell asleep. I know exactly when I fell asleep. I fell asleep because I saw Roki Sasaki coming into the game in the middle of, the 8th inning.
Poor guy.
I saw that.
Yeah.
But I did not see him throw a pitch.
Yeah.
I saw, Dreyer get taken out.
Yeah.
And Sasaki comes in, and as he was trotting to the mound, over.
Yeah.
I woke up.
He made an incredible save. I feel bad for the kid because I know you could tell he's nervous, but...
Oh, Sasaki?
Yes. Thank goodness he's like 6'3" or something because that saved an out. That ended one of the innings. One of the many.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you what he did other than he didn't give up a run. That much I know.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning 20 after 5, and I'm like, oh, what happened last night?
Mm-hmm. They had 2 baseball games.
They did. They did. You gave away part of my open.
Oh, no.
No, it's fine. Doesn't matter. And I saw that Freddie Freeman had walked it off. Second walk-off of a World Series game in consecutive years. He walked off game 1 at home over the Yankees last year in the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked off the 18th last night for a 6-5 win. Man, it was a long night. So real quick, before we start, and we are going to start with the World Series, and we're going to talk hockey. We got a bunch of things to do. When people complained about Major League Baseball shortening regular season games, not by the pitch clock, to go, they call them ghost runners or imaginary runners. Regardless, when they put the runner on second base, and I know It is not real baseball for you people. I get it. Just like 3-on-3 hockey, which I find super interesting and entertaining.
Very.
That's not real hockey. I mean, you can get to 3-on-3.
Sure.
But we are artificially doing that, just like, somebody let off with a double.
Right.
I wonder if people would be more comfortable with if we just pretended. So put the runner up, the guy on at the plate, and pretend that he hit a ball down the left field line and got into second base, or he hit a ball in the gap and got to pretend.
Right.
Come on.
It's Halloween this week.
A regular season game should not ruin the next 5 games or whatever it is, because when a regular season game goes 18 innings, and I was at a regular season game that went 18 innings. I have watched. The Mets and the Braves played one of the greatest 18-inning games of all time. I think it was a July 4th game in which Rick Camp hit a home run as a pitcher, had never hit a home run before, hit a home run with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the bottom of the whatever inning it was to extend the game.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was comedy.
Yeah.
But it should not ruin the rest of your week of baseball. It should not set your bullpen back, all of those things. And not to mention that it ends, and again, a regular season game, it ends at 2:30 in the morning local. And nobody's there.
No. Yeah.
Who wants that? So it's just in the interest of expediting the process. And for the people who hate it, I get it. It is artificial. But we're simply trying to get to the end.
Yeah.
We're simply trying to, let's get to tomorrow at this point.
Awake.
So, look, if you live in L.A., that game started about 2.5 hours earlier than a normal baseball game would start because TV wants the World Series to start at just after 8. I think the game started at 8:15.
Same time as Monday Night Football.
Exactly, which I did not watch a snap of. Well, we're going to tell you a story in Place Your Bets.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Good story and a bad story at the same time. Or not a bad, unfortunate story at the same time. Anyway, so the game started at 8:15. The game, so 5:15 local time in Los Angeles. The game ended at 11:55 p.m. local time. So if you were awake to watch this one here, to watch this one conclude here, good morning. You just got up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, let's start.
Let's get it started. Let's get it
We didn't cover a lot of the stuff that I want to cover, so we'll do it right here. Who needs a doubleheader to play to?
Oh, boy.
18 innings. 18.
Wow.
Dodgers.
Isn't that the most in World Series history, too? I think I saw that stat that this is the first time it's gone. It's the longest in a World Series.
It's a long game.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Dodgers walked off the Jays 6-5. I do think this is over.
You're feeling it?
I thought the Jays needed to win, and when you lose in 18 innings, in some ways, remember when the Hurricanes lost in 4 overtimes in Game 1 to Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Felt like that. When you lose that game, it's really, really hard to come back.
It's like losing twice.
Yeah, it's just, that's tough, and the Jays aren't the better team anyway. And, look, they had the lead late, but, I'm not suggesting. I know there are people who are suggesting that, well, we'll talk about it, that they should have walked intentionally Shohei Ohtani in the 7th inning with a 5-4 lead. We'll get to it. But anyway, Freddie Freeman, second walk-off in an extra inning situation in as many years. He also plated the tying run in a 2-run 5th inning. He was the MVP of last year's World Series. He's not going to be the MVP of this one, I promise you.
Yeah.
Because we know who the MVP is. But it's it just shows you why the Dodgers are so good. They've got so many good players, but when I said going into the World Series, I saw a ranking that ranked all the World Series players, and it had Shohei Ohtani 1 and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 2, and I love Vlad. He is a great player, but he is not better than Freddie Freeman. In no way. Freddie Freeman is going to go into the Hall of Fame, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Freeman is that guy.
Got a lot of fans here, too.
Holy cow. Look, lifelong Mets fan. I'll always be a Mets fan. I could not have more respect for how good Freddie Freeman is.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention he's a super nice dude.
Yeah.
And even though he ate my team for 3 meals and snacks over his career and named his child after Shea Stadium.
Yeah.
Chipper Jones will always be, to me, one of my favorite all-time players. He was just a great player. Anyway, I digress. Freddie Freeman, hero. But last night was another example of why there is no one that is even close to Shohei Ohtani. Here's what I would like for science to do when it's all over. Cut him open. Let me see what's inside of that. It's not real.
What if it's the Energizer Bunny?
It's just not real. There's nothing. He is a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing. So last night, nobody's touching him. Last night, leadoff double. Bottom of the third, solo home run. It was already 1-0 L.A. Teoscar Hernandez hit a home run to make it 1-0 in, I think, the second.
Yeah.
Ohtani, leadoff double in the first, but didn't score. Solo bomb in the third, obviously scored. RBI double to left center after the Blue Jays had taken a 4-2 lead in the top of the fourth inning, I believe. RBI double to left center in the fifth that made it 4-3. He then scored on Freddie Freeman's, was a double? I think it was a double. He scored on Freddie Freeman's hit that made it 4-4. Bottom of the seventh, 1 out, solo, opposite field, home run for 5-5. This is where people say, why did you pitch to him? I get it. I didn't see a lot of that on social media before. I saw a lot of it after. And you could make the argument that with double, homer, double, 1 out, nobody on base, maybe you go, yeah, I'm not letting him beat me. I get it. But here's what happens in the seventh inning with a lead. With a lead, I put him on. I have Mookie Betts coming up after, and I know Mookie Betts is struggling right now. He's not the same Mookie Betts. He's had a weird year. But I'm pretty much guaranteeing I'm going to face Freeman with a 1-run lead and a man on base. And I don't love that proposition either. So it's not as automatic for me. Honestly, it's more automatic in a tie game that you put the go-ahead, the winning run on base, than I do it up a run. And honestly, that's what Toronto did the rest of the game. Bottom of the ninth, intentional walk. Bases empty, 1 out. Bottom of the 11th, intentional walk. Bases empty, 2 out. Bottom of the 13th, intentional walk. There was a man on third and 2 outs after a stupid sacrifice bunt. Anyway, bottom of the 15th, intentional walk. Bases empty, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, man on first, 2 outs. This is what they did. They put the winning run in scoring position in the bottom of the 17th inning. Amazing. But it wasn't an intentional walk, but they threw 4 straight pitches, and my guess is none of them were close. Anyway, so I'll call that an unintentional intentional walk. So here are Ohtani's last 2 games at Dodger Stadium. The last 2 at Dodger Stadium. 7 for 7, 2 doubles, 5 homers, 6 runs batted in, 6 runs scored, 6 walks, 5 of them intentional, and 6 shutout innings on the mound with 10 punch-outs. I mean, you just got to be kidding me. Absolutely amazing. Here's Dodgers manager Dave Roberts on this game.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest World Series games of all time. Emotional. I'm spent emotionally. We got a ball game later tonight, which is crazy. Yeah, there's just a lot of heroes tonight. Obviously, Freddie put the exclamation mark on the game, but you see what Will Klein did. Saw what Edgardo, Robleski, Clayton comes in. He was up for 3 innings and comes in and gets a huge out for us. Just across the board, everyone just had huge nights, big nights, just kept fighting. And, those guys over there, they gave it everything they had. And, unfortunately, somebody's got to win that game. And, fortunately for the Dodgers, we got Freddie Freeman on our team. And, I'm just so proud of this group of men.
All right, we're going to get to Shohei Ohtani in a minute, who, even though Freddie Freeman hit the game-winning home run, Ohtani is still the central figure. Here's Blue Jays manager John Schneider on 18 innings.
I love the way we played. I love the way we fought. I think every single player had the right intentions on both sides tonight. There's a lot of things you look at. We had chances to score. They had chances to score. A lot to digest. You know what I mean? But I think turning point's obviously a walk-off homer. But man, I give my guys so much credit for playing the way they did, and Eric Lauer pitching the way he pitched. That's pretty unbelievable. I know Klein did the same thing for them, but a lot to unpack in that game. But I couldn't feel as good as I do right now about the way they went about it.
Look, in 18 innings, there's always going to be decisions that you would rather have back. There's just always going to be, well, I wish I had done this. I don't really think the decision to pitch to Ohtani in the 7th inning is one of those decisions. After the fact, sure. But again, I say this about a lot of situations in sports. I say this about basketball. When teams say, well, I'm not going to let a 3-point shot tie me. Okay, you're right. You're up 2 or up 3 with however much is left in the game. Here's what I don't ever want to do. I don't ever want to give a team a chance to beat me. I don't want to invite a loss. The reason I wouldn't foul up 3 at the end of a game, even though I get it, is if I foul you up 3, I put you at the free throw line, you make the first, you miss the second, you go up for the rebound and get it, and now I am fouling an offensive rebounder. I am asking for the possibility, however small, to lose. I'd rather just defend a 3-point shooter. That's just the way I look at it. And when you put the winning run at the plate in a game that you lead, you are asking to be beaten. That's my philosophy. Doesn't have to be right. By the way, I know Freddie Freeman hit the home run, but there's a reason this baseball world that we live in revolves around Shohei Ohtani, and Freddie wanted everybody to remember that.
It's weird how the game works sometimes, right? Shohei's game, I hope we don't lose sight of getting on. Our starting pitcher tomorrow got on base 9 times tonight. Just incredible. It's just kind of how when you're that hot and you're hitting balls right center, left center, like Shohei was tonight, you just knew he was feeling good. So, that's the right move. You don't want Shohei to beat you and let other guys try and beat you after his first 4 at-bats, and it took a lot longer, but we finally did it.
Our starting pitcher got on base 9 times tonight. Think about that, please. Say that out loud in your car. Tell your kids. The Dodgers' Game 4 starter got on base 9 times in Game 3. By the way, the ball game had everything. It had great defense. Addison Barger with a laser beam of a throw from right field to cut down Freeman trying to score from second on a single to right in the third or fourth inning, whatever it was. An absolute seed of a throw, which I felt like gave Toronto, it was the bottom of the third, extra momentum. Because that game could have gotten away from them. A great throw. And by the way, later in the game, Vladimir Guerrero made a great throw from first to third to cut down a base runner as well. So there was really good defense played. There was bad defense played. Tommy Edman allowed a ground ball to go under his glove that maybe is a double play ball, right? But 2 batters later, Alejandro Kirk hits a 3-run home run, and now it's 3-2. It ended up being a 4-2 lead after that inning. We had the big hits, the Ohtani hits, the Freeman, game-tying base hit, and then the game-winning home run. Kirk's 3-run shot. Bo Bichette, run-scoring single, really would have been a double had he been able to run. That made it 5-4 in the 7th. And real quick, before I move on to the hockey game tonight, because when I said that Ohtani is the best, he's the best player in baseball. He's the best player in the history of baseball. And the pushback I got was, well, was Barry Bonds in the game? Barry Bonds was a great hitter. I'm not going to get into the steroid thing. That's fine. Barry Bonds was a next level, separating himself from everybody else as a hitter. He had one good playoff. One. In 2002. The only good playoff he ever had. He has 9 career playoff home runs. 8 of them came that year in 2002, the year that they ended up going to the World Series and losing in 7 games to the Angels. That wasn't, he was otherworldly that year. I guess there's a lot of maybe similarities between he and Ohtani. But Bonds didn't pitch, and Bonds was a mediocre outfielder. Ohtani doesn't even play the field anymore because he doesn't have to. But it's not a slight on Bonds at all. Ohtani is the best player we have ever seen. All right, to hockey tonight. Canes and Golden Knights. 6:30 start because it is an ESPN wall-to-wall. Everybody in the pool extravaganza on ESPN tonight. There's a triple header of games that starts at 6. It's Pittsburgh and Philly. Then at 8:30, it's Washington and Dallas. And then at 11 o'clock, it's the Kings and the Sharks. And I would like to say this to ESPN. Nobody is staying awake till 11 o'clock to watch the Kings and the Sharks. That was, what? That's the game you put on? What are we doing? What's going on? Anyway, but all 32 teams are playing, and they're going to cut from game to game. They did this last year. I talked to John Buccigross about it when they were in town for the opener. It's a cool thing. They do it once, maybe twice a year. So that's why we're starting at 6:30. And I'll be honest, after 3 10 o'clock starts, 2 9s that I did not work the game in Dallas on Saturday. I'm good with a 6:30 start. I don't need any more. I'm going to bed at 2. I don't need any more of those. Yes, I'm being selfish. It's about me. Tonight, Sebastian Aho's got 8 points, or rather an 8-game point streak. He has goals in 3 straight, 4 on the season. Canes are 6-2-0, third in the Metro. The Golden Knights are the team that handed Carolina their first loss of the season. I believe Vegas beat Carolina. Did they beat the Hurricanes twice last year? Or maybe they split. I can go look a couple of games back and tell you exactly what happened because I made notes of this. No, the Canes had one before last week. They had won 4 straight. from Vegas from a week ago yesterday. They had won 4 in a row. So Vegas snapped a 4-game losing streak to Carolina with the win, the 4-1 win in Vegas last Monday night. The last 2 games, Carolina's blown a 3-goal lead in Colorado and a 2-goal lead after 1 period in Dallas. So you don't like that. But consider this, and I thought this again in the game in Colorado. It looks like Carolina had been weary, tired, because when you're on the road that much, I know it doesn't seem like it should, but it does. It wears you out. And the Hurricanes, now it's not easy to play your first home game after a long road trip either, but I do think Carolina played a little tired to me over the last part of that road trip, and that matters. Shane Gostisbehere should be back in the lineup tonight. We're not 100% sure, but he should be back in the lineup tonight. He practiced, not in a yellow non-contact jersey, but he practiced yesterday. And it looks like, based on the practice pairings on defense, he will play with Jalen Chatfield. The third defensive pair will be Alexander Nikishin and Joel Nystrom. And honestly, that could be a good pairing. I like the fact that it's lefty-righty, so I like that. But I think Nystrom has been pretty impressive over the 3 games, I believe, that he's played. Bradley Nadeau is going to get another start. We know that Eric Robinson and Will Carrier aren't going to play for a while. We don't know exactly how many games they will miss, but when Rod says not close, I know he means about a week, but my sense is that it's longer than that. We won't see Keandre Miller or Jacob Slavin tonight. That means this will be the, 7th game in a row that Slavin has missed. And Miller started the road trip but did not finish it. And also, Pyotr Kochetkov was on the ice. I haven't seen anybody activated yet. I'll check email here in a second. I have not seen anybody activated yet, so right now, Kochetkov is on the injured list, so we don't know what his status is. But Carolina's got 3 goalies. At least they did at practice yesterday. I mean, I think they'll probably start Frederik Andersen tonight. I mean, that's what I would do. He's your best goalie, and you've got 2 days off, and Brandon Bussey played the last game. Anderson wasn't I guess he was at practice yesterday, but that's my guess, is that Freddie Andersen will start, but I do not know. We'll find out a little bit later on, as the Hurricanes have not skated. So that sort of brings you up to date. I haven't even gotten into my biggest issue at all with the Hurricanes, and we will do that at the top of the hour. When we come back, LeVelle Moton, basketball coach at NC Central. They will open up NC State's season. They have a banquet coming up we'll talk about, and we'll talk hoops with LeVelle Moton next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Get crazy, Canes fans. It's hockey night in Carolina. It's your Canes and Vegas.
Jarvis with the back, and he scores! Oh, Seth Jarvis has put Carolina back on top.
Storm Watch with Adam Gold at 6. Puck Draw at 6:30.
Mr. Anderson gets the win, and what a gutsy performance from this Carolina Hurricanes team.
On your official audio home of Hurricanes hockey, 99.9 The Fan.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate down to 4.99% APR? Hey, it's Dennis Cox. Right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days. Pay off all those high-interest credit cards and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours, paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, and saved $2,100 a month. One call, life changed. There's no wait, no hard credit pull up front. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates are at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto, A+ rated with the BBB and nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call 919-381-1760 and see how much cash you can get today. Loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 166171 on approved credit. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
YouTube TV customers, you could lose ESPN and the sports you love, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, NBA, college basketball, and more. Take action. Go to keepmynetworks.com to keep ESPN.
Listen up, parents, teachers, counselors, coaches. Your boys just turned 18, but they need one more push. Don't let them forget to register with the Selective Service System. It's required by law, and it can open up the door to many federal benefits. Visit sss.gov.
Is your whole home operating at peak performance? With Newcomb & Company, your independent trained dealer, proudly serving our community for over 70 years. As a Comfort Contract customer, you'll get priority service and a 15% discount on all HVAC and plumbing service calls and repairs, including repairs and replacements for faucets, toilets, piping, garbage disposals, water heaters, drain cleaning, and more. Call 919-862-3000 or visit newcombandcompany.com. Newcomb & Company, your comfort is our business.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying... just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
This is Adam Gold.
You know, soap attracts dirt, right? That's what soap does. It attracts dirt. Right now, Bill Belichick is soap. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's soap.
Yeah.
He's attracting all this dirt.
Or he's like an overripe banana and it's attracting all these gnats.
The Adam Gold Show.
Victoria getting ready for Friday's holiday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know you're probably getting this at home. Wifey is probably all in.
Yeah, she is. She is. Although the witches didn't make it out this past week. Yeah,
really?
I'm a little surprised.
Oh.
But I don't know. There's still time. It's not until Friday.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
So
maybe she'll celebrate it into the weekend like me.
Would you consider Thriller? I'll ask the question to LeVelle Moton, NC Central head basketball coach. My friend, would you consider Thriller the full video a music video or a movie?
That's a movie.
Yeah.
That was a movie. That was a movie. I remember staying up all night just to watch it, and I was falling asleep. So that was I ain't never fell asleep on a video. I fall asleep on a movie.
17 minutes. Vincent Price. Oh my gosh! John Landis, who did the video, Vincent Price's voice, unbelievable. Anyway, an absolute classic, as you are, sir. Before we get to a whole bunch of things, you've got a tip-off banquet coming up, and I believe it's this weekend. And is this the first time you have done a tip-off banquet? I know Grant Hill is going to be the keynote speaker. I think that is awesome. Right. Grant is super impressive, as you are. So is this the first time you have done something like this?
It's actually, I think, the fourth or the fifth time. Kevin Keats, Roy Williams, Coach K.
Wow.
Have spoken in the past. I just took a break from it for like a couple of years.
Okay.
and now we're just trying to catch up. But you're right. We got an NCCU tip-off banquet, which serving as a fundraiser. Grant Hill is going to be the keynote speaker, and it's going to be this Thursday.
Oh, Thursday, not this weekend. That's right.
Yeah. So it'll be this Thursday at the Sheraton Imperial. So we're looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a great turnout. Grant going to show up and give us some nice words of wisdom, and we're going to try to fundraise for this program doing this NIL and collective state.
We're going to talk about that. It's nccutipoff.com. If people want to go, help support the program. I was looking at your roster. There are a lot of transfers. You have always taken transfers in the past. But how do you compare today to even 5 years ago with the way the rules are right now?
Man, it's crazy. It's almost like dog years. So that's 5 years, right. Now 45 years ago, right? This is not your grandfather's NCAA, right? And so I think we're really seeing the NCAA for what it's worth, and it's no longer amateur athletics. It's semi-pro. That's what they are, right? And so the relationship aspect of it, Adam, has been difficult for me because I got into this to really mold and shape lives, right? I started my career as a middle school coach, making $225 an hour. So, I just wanted to give back through the game of basketball and prepare kids for life the way I was prepared. But all of that is out the window. Like, the first question kids are asking nowadays is, how much are you going to pay me? They don't care about LeVelle Moton or Sam Jones or none of the history. They just want to know, how much are you going to pay me? And so I've lived enough life to know anytime money is at the forefront of any equation or any relationship, it's going to end badly, right? And so that's what you're seeing right now across the board. So I think we need to govern it and legislate it in a better way, because I think that toothpaste got out that tube and it's too hard or difficult to put it back in.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it is, and I mean, we're here for so many different reasons why this is where we are in the sport today. But I just want to draw this because you still have to what you said, semi-pro. So the kids they're making money, but they're not really professional. So you still have to treat it like a college program. And I'm looking down the road at football at UNC, and I think they approached it with a pro mentality, and you also can't do that. You're still running a college program. That is a difficult balance.
It's really a difficult balance because you're running a college program, and some of these kids make more money than your assistants, right? Now, we don't have that problem at North Carolina Central because I think we're one of the only schools that didn't opt in. So we still got an uphill battle in terms of getting money. So you're going to have a fight on your hands, right? Either you're fighting to maintain the integrity and the core values of your program, or you're fighting to establish them. And again, once money gets involved, it kind of eliminates everything. It eliminates the fact that these kids are trying to go out here and perform for something that's bigger and greater than them, and they've been self-centered. Now, with all that said, I think the kids should get paid.
Yeah.
I just don't think it should be the universities doing it.
Correct.
We're under the NCAA. I think last year, and I may be off a couple of dollars, but they made $9 billion with a B last year as a nonprofit organization, right? So I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I just feel like if America can put a man on the moon, then we can break down a revenue share stream for college athletes, right? Mm-hmm. That's just my thinking. And my thing is, if you made $9 billion, take a third of that. Just say $3 billion. And let's do a market share value where the Power Fives get 65% of that, the mid-majors get 20% of that, and then the low majors get 15% of that. And that's distributed through the universities, and then the universities distributed through the kids, right? But what happened with this NIL, I don't agree with that because you don't see anyone getting paid off name, image, and likeness. It's just an acronym that now all of a sudden means pay for play. And so I think those lines are getting blurred and cloudy, right? So I have no problem with kids getting NIL, but I have no problem with kids getting collectives as well neither, right? You knew me as a player long before you knew me as a coach, and so I remember my jerseys being sold in the store and at venues, and I ain't have $10 in my pocket. So I'm always going to be pro-athlete. I just think it's the proper way to govern it and legislate it along the way.
Yeah, I know like the power leagues have spent a lot of time on Capitol Hill. They're never going to get real help from Capitol Hill that will benefit the athletes. Right. All they're looking for is protection. Legal protection is really what they're looking for. And I think we're a long way from getting something like that. The whole thing, in terms of how you get money to athletes, is complicated. I can make the argument that the athletes are employees because they're really treated as employees, which would bring the schools in. But what I never understood was when the system of third-party payments to athletes was allowed, why schools didn't go, wait a second, we're going to have somebody else pay these guys? That's awesome. Yeah. We should just do this. But they fought that, and now the whole thing is a mess. LeVelle Moton is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Tom Izzo said something the other day, and it is an interesting concept, that somebody could go to the G League and play 3 years in the G League, and I forget the guy's name. He's at Louisville now, and he's eligible to play. But all these international players who played at big clubs like Real Madrid or wherever they played, I think somebody played at Besiktas in Turkey, which is a great basketball league, and you come over here and you're eligible to play in college. It's kind of the same thing. So this is also about covering yourself legally, right?
Yeah, like it's Adam, to be completely honest with you, it's just become the Wild Wild West, right? And so, it's crazy that we have kids, professionals, taking a step back and playing college basketball. It's almost like a college athlete taking a step back and saying, I'm going back to high school, right? So it's like there's no legislature of it. And so I think we can all operate if we are well versed in the rules and regulations. I think the problem is no one understands the rules and regulations. It seems as if, this thing got out of hand because there was a refusal for the NCAA to pay players.
Right.
Right? And so every other year, it's almost like they put the banana in the tailpipe and distract you and say, okay, we're not going to pay you. Y'all go over here and y'all talk about this, that, and the third. Right? And so all the conversations are hindering around everyone else paying these players except for the NCAA. In 3 years, when that noise died out and now they're saying, listen, the NCAA should pay you guys again, they'll do the deflection thing and have us talking about something else. And that mode will continue forever and ever and ever. And I just think that's the danger of it.
LeVelle Moton is joining us here, Central's head coach. The tip-off banquet is this Thursday, so 2 days from now at the Sheraton Imperial. Grant Hill will be the guest speaker. NCCUtipoff.com to get more information, to participate, to go, to support the program. Banana in the tailpipe, I just keep thinking about Beverly Hills Cop. I'm sure you do as well. So what do you think of the state of the college game right now? Is the college game better as a whole or not as good because it is younger and there's less continuity with it within teams?
I don't think it's better, right? Because I think, and I don't want to be too long-winded, right? But I just see it from a different perspective. And I just think our priority, number one, is, listen, 4% of high school athletes play college basketball. Less than 1% of college athletes, basketball players, go play professionally. So that means our focus needs to be on the 99% that's not going to become professionals and how we developing them and preparing them for the totality of this world, right? And in doing that, it's not always giving them their way, because you and I know the world does not give you your way.
Right.
Right? In doing that is not always listening to every concern that you have. In doing that is not creating a sense of entitlement for these young men and these young women. It's being honest with them, giving them what they rightfully deserve, but also preparing them for a world that's filled with shark-infested waters. With all of that said, you know, it's become a thing where if you want to get paid, you can get paid. If you leave if you play 3 games and you're unhappy, you can go into a transfer portal and transfer and land somewhere else immediately. Well, I have a problem with that, right? And again, I'm pro-athlete, but you know the neighborhood that I'm from because you covered me since I was a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the worst things that can happen is you fight your entire life to escape that environment, only to return back to that environment because you don't have a college degree, right? Because if a kid goes to Central and transfer after his first year, and then go to State and transfer after his second year, and then go to Duke and transfer after his third year, then go to Carolina and transfer after his fourth year, but was granted immediate eligibility. Well, each school is a different institution, so they're going to take away those credits. And now you've exhausted your eligibility, and you're 25 hours short of graduation. Who's going to pay for that graduation?
Right?
Mm-hmm. Who's going to pay for that degree? Now you go back and return home to the same block that you so desperately tried to escape, and you're no better than the kid that dropped out of high school in 10th grade that now has his plumbing company. And now you're ashamed and you don't know how to live your life, and now you resort to a life of crime and so on and so forth, and we see those articles and stories in the newspaper. So how do we protect those kids, right? And you always protect the kids because a brain is not fully developed until you're 25 years old. So we need to be actively involved until these young men and the young people are 25 years old. And until then, we need to put in some rules and regulations that's not beneficial for us, but beneficial for them. And they may not like us for it right now, but at the end of it all, they'll appreciate it, right? Because they'll be able to leave college with a degree.
Yeah, and they have respect for the system, which I'm not saying the kids don't. I think we slam kids too often for, well, you know, kids today. They're also, I think, way more advanced, maybe more aware of the world than they've ever been. Because they grow up so fast, because so much is thrust upon them earlier. We only have a couple more seconds left here with LeVelle Moton, and time always goes so fast with you. But you mentioned go to State. You guys are going to open up Will Wade's NC State account. You certainly have good vibes in that building. What is your, just talk to me about that opener and what you anticipate that being like.
Well, man, it's going to be their first sellout, I guess, since 2009, right? Yeah. So we're expecting 20,000 people to be cheering against us. I will tell you they got a $12 million roster, and we don't have any money. So,
right.
Needless to say, we ain't going to let that hinder us, because when they throw up that basketball, nobody cares about any of it. It's just man upon man, and it becomes a war of attrition. And we're going in there to compete, man. And, last time we went in there, we came out victorious. And we know it's a different set of scenarios, a different team, a different coach, but we're hoping to get the same result.
Yeah, he's also injected a lot of energy into that program too. That really, yeah. I mean, it's been a while. It's not just Kevin Keats, but it goes before him. It was Mark Gottfried. It was the energy was different, and then Sidney Lowe before then, and then it was. I mean, it hasn't had the same juice probably in 35 years. It does seem very different in town here. Should the NCAA tournament expand, Coach?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, because, again, where do you draw the line? You expand it to, 80-something teams or 100 teams, and now, before you know it, you'll expand it to 100 teams. And now it's always going to be someone on the outside looking in that say, I coulda, shoulda, woulda, and I deserve to be in. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to expand it, but just say North Carolina Central is a guaranteed fit every year, and I'm happy with that.
Expanded by one, and Central gets the one.
Yeah, I know who I'm voting for.
I would vote for that. I would 100% vote for that. All right, sir, I'll let you go. Have fun on Thursday. I have a hockey game Thursday, so I can't get over and support you. But, man, I love you, and I love the program, and I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you very soon.
Man, love you, man. I appreciate you having me on.
You got it. LeVelle Moton here on the Adam Gold Show. Again, NCCUtipoff.com. Go check it out. All right, we have to break. We'll come back. We have one-timers. And then at the top of the hour, I'll give you my Hurricanes. It's not a hot take. It's a request. Next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam Gold here from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, and it still feels like it's brand new. The NBA just started, and you're home for live betting on the NBA, FanDuel. Now's the best time to join. Why? Because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. That's right. Play with FanDuel's money. So pick something easy, like a Victor Wembanyama dunk. I don't know if you can bet on that, but that's easy. And then play with FanDuel's money. FanDuel.com/AGS. FanDuel.com/AGS. Sign up today. Official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, you're more than a policy. You're family. With offices in every county, we're close by when it matters most. Our local agents customize coverage to fit your life. And our award-winning claims team delivers fast, quality repairs. It's no surprise Forbes ranked us the #1 auto insurer in America. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
You don't need a 4-year degree to have a rewarding career that makes a difference in people's lives every day. As a public power line worker, you'll build and maintain a locally owned and operated electric system to keep the lights on in your community. 4 months in a community college program provides the training you need to begin your career as an apprentice line worker in public power. And being a local government employee in North Carolina comes with excellent benefits. To learn more about line worker and other public power careers, visit electricities.com.
For North Carolina high school seniors, the countdown to college is on. And at CFNC, we've got all the resources and information needed to get you on campus next year. Take College Application Week, for example. Did you know you can apply for free at many North Carolina colleges from October 20th through October 26th? Sure can. Don't miss the opportunity to save some money applying to college. And for more help, visit cfnc.org/C2C.
The North Carolina Healthcare Association invites you to listen to this month's podcast, Conversations on the State of Healthcare. We learn about an exciting new health initiative in Wake County called Precisely You, which uses DNA to transform the way we approach health. The goal is simple but powerful. Help people prevent disease, detect it earlier, and improve health outcomes. Wakia Ellis is Vice President of Nursing for WakeMed Raleigh campus.
With Precisely You, we're looking directly at each individual's DNA. That lets us identify personal genetic risks for diseases like hereditary breast and ovarian cancer, colorectal cancer, and even heart disease that might be linked to high cholesterol.
You can learn more and join our latest Conversations on the State of Healthcare wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and find out more by visiting nchealthcare.org.
North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
One Adam Gold. One Adam Gold.
Turtle cake? Like, what do we... What?
Isn't that an ice cream?
What? Where's the confetti cake? Because, hello, confetti cake, delicious. With the little, I don't even know if it's real, but the little dots in the icing, like...
None of these are real.
What kind of fake thing that is, but it's delicious. It's my childhood. Like, that wasn't in the top 10. His opinion's invalid to me.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold, Victoria producing the program. Next hour, Bomani Jones will join us. We'll talk about Victor Wembanyama a little bit, but also
he's crazy.
I
crazy good.
I just don't know what you do.
Nothing. You can't do anything. Not with him.
The man it's a layup if he's inside the 3-point line. He's got all of the wingspan. All of it.
Yeah.
He can almost touch both baselines.
He probably took some of mine.
I have none.
Yeah.
I have none. We'll talk about it with Bomani Jones, who will join us in about 25 minutes or so. All right, we got time for one-timers. Let's do that.
Okay, so as people usually know, you can add us on Twitter or our YouTube stream. So first up, what do you think the Panthers' biggest mistake was on Sunday against that great game with the Bills?
Look, they weren't going to beat the Bills.
No.
Right? So we should move past the disappointment of not winning the game. What I don't get, and I said this after the Jets game, they were lucky they played the Jets. They didn't play well. They were lucky they played the Jets. So what I didn't understand from that game, I'm going to answer the question based on that game, is why it should have been so easy for Dave Canales to say to Chuba Hubbard, there's 10 games left in the season. 11 games at that point. 11 games left in the season. We're going to feed Rico because he's on fire right now. And we will work you back into this slowly. So much time left. Fatal mistake. Because you cooled off Dowdle.
Yeah.
And Chuba, you're not giving him the ball enough for him to get the best out of him. And even Dowdle on fewer carries is a more effective player. That is a fundamental problem for me. Moving on.
Nah. Okay, next up, how might our Carolina Hurricanes change things up with tonight's game against the Golden Knights compared to their first visit?
I thought Carolina played pretty well in that game. That game was a 2-1 game until Keandre Miller had the puck stolen from him by Ivan Barbashev in the third period. I thought if they play that same way tonight, I like their chances to win. I do. They lost 4-1, but it was a much better game than that.
Asheville to Wilmington, Boone to Durham, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam.
I'm Adam Gold, and I'm there.
Tim.
I'm Tim Donnelly, and I'm there.
Dennis.
I'm Dennis Cox, and I'm there.
Victoria.
I'm Victoria Bodenecker, and I'm there.
Paul.
I'm Paul Eihander, and I'm there too.
You'll find them all here on the brand new 99.9 The Fan app. To work, to school, the beach, the mountains, the arena, take The Fan with you wherever you go. Available for Apple iPhone and Android phones. Download the 99.9 The Fan app today. Powered by Aspire Money Management.
This is John Wall. The Salvation Army does so much for people right here in Wake County. Join me and 999 The Fan and showing them some love and support. Just for me, the Salvation Army is always dope. It gives opportunity for anybody, any situation to get support. I really got into it because my mom, before she passed, she was always doing so much she could to help the Salvation Army, cooking for them, doing anything to get back to them. So we always want to honor her and keep that going with my John Wall Family Foundation. The need in Wake County is real, and the Salvation Army is meeting it with real solutions. If you want to help, visit wakearmy.org.
Adam Gold in studio with my friend Ryan Monsine from the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. Because you guys do everything for the exterior of your home, these things can add up. And there are a lot of people who think, I can't afford this. How can the Aluminum Company make it easier?
Yeah, well, Adam, we have plans that are 12 months, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 12 months, which make it super affordable for people to do anything on their home, whether it's windows, siding, doors, roofing, gutters, any kind of exterior home improvement. the aluminum company has financing plans that can fit in your budget and make it easy.
So wait a second. I can get everything done, no interest and no payments for 12 months?
Yeah, and you get a lifetime warranty once the project's done.
I get a lifetime warranty once the project is done?
Yes, sir.
What about my down payment?
No down payment, no
What?
deposit.
No down payment, no deposit.
No payment until the project's done.
No payment till the project's done.
Exactly.
Where do I sign up? Aluminum Company of North Carolina, aluminumcompany.com.
Hey, it's Amanda here, back again with my friend Coach Pete. Coach, what is the difference between good debt and bad debt?
Well, I hate all debt, but yeah. Good debt is like when you buy a house.
Okay.
So you go into debt, but you have a house. You have the house to show for it. As long as you make your payments, you'll never be kicked out of your house, and you're building equity. Bad debt is credit card debt, where you really have nothing to show for it. I mean, can you think of all the stuff? You see these credit card bills come, and you say, gosh, what did I get for all that? Meals, maybe? Because it's so easy to spend that money. And when McDonald's started taking credit cards, their costs went way up. We used to take a $1 gift certificate and get a full meal when I was little. Now you couldn't even get, I don't know, for $1, you might not even get anything. I was going to say an ice cream cone. No, that's probably 2 or 3. And the ice cream machine's broken.
Oh, so that's the difference between good and bad
So
debt.
let's make sure to look at your debt and put you in charge of your retirement.
Okay.
Folks, call now. We'll put a total retirement plan together for you and give you a free book.
919-794-7900 or always text Amanda to 600-700.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
YouTube TV customers, you could lose ESPN and the sports you love, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, NBA, college basketball, and more. Take action. Go to keepmynetworks.com to keep ESPN.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
Dominguez at the bell. Kicks, delivers. Swing and a drive. Left field, way back, and gone! I mean, this guy is unreal. First pitch, and he launches out into the bleachers in left center. We're starting over. It's 5-5. Shohei Ohtani on display.
Nothing you can do. I mean, there is something you can do. You could just
walk him.
Well,
which they did.
We don't even make the catcher stand up and hold his glove out anymore.
No.
Which I just think that would be fun to watch. They just say, hey, put him on.
Yeah, just go ahead.
And he just drops the bat and goes.
Everybody knows.
When he's locked in, man.
Yes.
There's just nothing like it. He's the greatest baseball player we have ever seen.
And he makes it look so easy.
Ever. We're going to talk to Bomani Jones about this, who I know we'll talk about it through the prism of, in some ways, Barry Bonds. Because Bonds, look, we all know about the steroids. We all know about it. But you could not get him out.
Right.
You could not get him out.
Mm-mm.
And there were years where they just went, we're just going to put him on all the time. He walked well over 150 times, like every year. And what Ohtani has done, we're going to talk about it here in a little bit, but what Ohtani has done is just absolutely incredible. All right. We're going to talk about that. We'll want to talk about the Hurricanes. And then a question from Dave Doran's press conference yesterday is presumptuous. Is that even a word?
Yeah. I think.
I'll
it's
look
kind
it
of
up.
my Monday, so I'm a little foggy.
I'll look it up. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's roll it back. That Ohtani home run in the 7th inning yesterday.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was inevitable.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like he is inevitable.
It was the second one of the game.
Yeah,
wasn't even his first.
Why is that unusual?
I'm just saying. He was already warmed up.
The last time he played a game in Dodger Stadium, what did he do? It was the closeout game of the National League Championship Series. He struck out 10. He pitched 6 innings, and he hit 3 home runs in that game.
I know.
It was the greatest performance ever by an athlete in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. So these are his at-bats in order. Bottom of the first, scoreless, leadoff double, does not score. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Dodgers, solo home run, 2-0. Bottom of the fifth, down 4-2. Man on first, RBI double to left center, 4-3. He comes around to score on a Freddie Freeman hit, 4-4. Bottom of the seventh, 1 out, solo Oppo Taco. We had Elliot Johnson on yesterday, and he said, when the sun sets in Dodger Stadium, and by this point the sun had set, the air gets heavier. So it's like the first home run wasn't, like one of the home runs he hit against the Brewers in Game 4 of the NLCS, but it was comfortably out. This one, opposite field, first pitch. And you just went, man, he did it again.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the game, intentional walk, intentional walk, intentional walk, intentional walk, unintentional, intentional walk. And maybe that's just how you have to treat him. In his last 2 games at Dodger Stadium, 7 for 7, 2 doubles, 5 homers, 6 runs batted in, 6 runs scored, 6 walks, 5 of them intentional, and 6 shutout innings with 10 strikeouts.
Mm-hmm. What are you going to do?
There's just, whatever.
Just watch him go.
Tiger Woods. I'll just say that. Here's Freddie Freeman, who hit the walk-off home run. And they're talking to him about it last night. And he knows what the real story is. And he also gives you, I think, the greatest line about it you could possibly hear.
It's weird how the game works sometimes, right? Shohei's game, I hope we don't lose sight of getting on. Our starting pitcher tomorrow got on base 9 times tonight.
What?
Just incredible. It's just kind of how when you're that hot and you're hitting balls right center, left center, like Shohei was tonight, you just knew he was feeling good. So, that's the right move. You don't want Shohei to beat you and let other guys try and beat you after his first 4 at-bats, and it took a lot longer, but we finally did it.
So he's at the end, he's referring to the fact that with a man on first and 1 out, or rather, and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning, bottom of the 17th inning in a 5-5 game. Man on first, 2 outs, bottom of the 17th in Game 3 of the World Series. They intentionally walked. Not intentional, but it was intentional. They didn't throw a strike. Put him on base. They moved the go-ahead run, the winning run in a World Series game, into scoring position and decided, you know what? Love you, Mookie Betts, but we'd rather face you than that. Because Shohei Ohtani, when he comes to the plate, base runner or not, he is in scoring position right now.
Yes.
We're not even going to mess with it. We're going to take our chance with Mookie Betts. They got Betts to pop up, I believe.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
He was better in the field than on the plate.
Freddie, but 1 bad throw. Freddie Freeman leads off the 18th with the home run to win it. So that's that whole thing. Now, the strategy, John Schneider, Blue Jays manager, on the approach.
we're trying to pitch around him. You know what I mean? And you trust Sir Anthony to make pitches to do that. And sometimes for pitchers, it's hard to do that. You know, when you're kind of trying to throw a ball and didn't put it where he wanted to put it. But you know, he had a great game. He's a great player. But I think you know, after that, you just kind of take the bat out of his hands.
Yes. So he's talking about the seventh inning there. And look, I mean, what do you do? The pitch was a home run hitting pitch. It was a curveball that didn't have a lot of bite to it. It was up in the zone. So yeah, it was a terrible pitch to throw.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea of pitching to him in that situation, to me, I think is something you have no choice but to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess you always have a choice, and I get it. But
it's very few choices with him.
Yeah,
He's
look,
just great.
He's ridiculous. He's absolutely ridiculous. All right, let me get to a couple of Hurricanes things, and then I want you to hear something that Dave Doran had to say yesterday. So we talked about the Canes, who are playing tonight against the Vegas Golden Knights. 6:30 face-off will be on the air if you're listening locally, or if you have the handy-dandy 99.9 The Fan app, and you should have it. We'll be on The Fan with the pregame show at 6 o'clock, so a half hour earlier than normal. ESPN is doing this. 32 teams, everybody's playing. They've got a triple header, which starts at 6, and they're trying to be able to cut to as many finishes as possible over the course of the evening. So there's a lot of staggered starts. There's a few games at 6, there's a 6:30, there's a 6:45. We go all the way through. The last game starts at 11. But here's all I really want to talk about right now about this game, this team. Because at the beginning of the season, I was asked a question. What does the most important thing for Carolina to take the next step? Who has to be that guy? Sebastian Aho is a given. Seth Jarvis is a given. There are even like players like Jackson Blake, who you want to see more from, who's fine, and Logan Stankoven, you know, when I'm talking about seeing more from based on last year to this year. These are the guys that they're not given, like the last two are not givens, but you can assume that they're going to take a little bit of a step forward in terms of their production. But the real game changer is Andrei Svechnikov. Carolina's been looking for a power forward that can score for years. They thought they drafted it. We are now into year 8. And it's not like we don't have good Andre in our past. We do. You go back and you look what Andre was doing in 21, the crazy pandemic central year, 22, and 23 until the injury, when he tore his ACL against Vegas right here at Lenovo Center. And you say, oh, that Andre, man, if he could just get a little bit better. Heck, we take that Andre. Heck, we would take year 1 Andre right now. Andrei Svechnikov has no points. 0 points. He has no penalties. What? He's not even getting on the score sheet that way.
It's very unlike him.
The National Hockey League produces 2 game sheets. One is called the game summary. The other is called an event summary. The event summary lists ice time and all of the statistics: shots on goal, missed shots, blocked shots, hits, giveaways, takeaways. Everybody who plays in the game gets on that sheet. The game summary is for who scored, who assisted, who commits a penalty. Andre's not even on that. So the guy who, in his worst stretch, I kid you not, in his worst, actually 2 stretches, as a rookie in 2018-19, he went from his 5th game to his 12th game, 8 straight games without a point. He at least had 6 penalties and like 20 hits. Later in the season, he went 9 games without a point. But he had 7 penalties in that stretch, and he had 46 hits. I actually had that number might be off. It was a little bit later. He had 20 hits as well. Right now, what we are seeing with Andre is just not engaged. And I can't figure that out. And I am sure that the head coach, I don't know if he's listening now or not, I am sure that the head coach drives home every day and drives to the rink every day going, what gives? We've tried everything. We've tried different combinations. And for whatever reason, this year, it has gotten worse than it has ever been. He is an invisible player. They're still good. But right now, the Hurricanes are good in spite of Andrei Svechnikov. In spite of him. He's a game changer if he's ever going to be even what he used to be 4 or 5 years ago. But we don't have that. We don't have that Andre. We are watching an Andrei Svechnikov we have not seen ever. Because he's no good. He's a bad player right now. And I've never said that about Andre. Because you don't even notice him. That's just, he's like the referee you want in football. Or the umpire you want.
Yes.
We didn't notice him. He must have been good.
Right.
No, that ain't Andre. We need to notice him. All right, final thing. This came from Dave Doran's press conference yesterday, and they asked him with, 5 games left in the season, about speeding up the process to make a decision.
No. I mean, Boo's been, I've said this before, he's a great guy to work for. I don't worry about that. I got to worry about my players. I got to worry about my staff, my wife, my children. Those decisions aren't mine to make. And I told the team this yesterday. I'm going to give them everything I got. Like, our goal is to go win this football game. And then the next week, we have a bye week. Try to get them healthy. And then our next week, go win a football game. And you just keep going. There's a lot of football left. A lot of games. And, what happens at other schools has nothing to do with what's happening to me. And when decisions are made, they're made. For me, it's how much fun can I have with this staff, these players? How good of a job can I do for them? My job is to serve them, to motivate them, to get them better, to be there for them, to push them, to hold them accountable. And I'm going to do all those things as hard as I can and try to enjoy every day doing it. I think one thing that hit us all in the face this year in this program is, when you lose people you love that are close to you, you have perspective about how fortunate you are to get to do the things, get to do the things that you're allowed to do. And I'm allowed to work with a bunch of awesome kids at a great university in an awesome city. And I'm going to relish that, Wins and losses matter a lot. I understand all that. I understand the profession. It's not pressure. It's a privilege to get to do what I do. And at some point, if they want someone else to do it, then God bless them. But I'm going to take advantage of my opportunities as long as I get them. And I'm going to fight for these kids because they're going to fight for me.
That's a much better Dabo Swinney rant than Dabo Swinney gave us 4 weeks ago. I have respect for that. We'll see if it comes to an end at the end of the season. But I respect Dave Doran for how he approached that answer. Because the question is obviously about when Brian Kelly gets let go, or all of these other coaches that have gotten fired. James Franklin got fired in spite of averaging 10 wins a year at Penn State. I understand it. But good answer from Dave Doran. When we come back, Bomani Jones on Shohei Ohtani on the college football coaching cycle and Victor Wembanyama, among other things. Next.
Still arguing whether hockey or golf has the tougher dress code? The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Get crazy, Canes fans. It's hockey night in Carolina. It's your Canes and Vegas.
Jarvis with the back and he scores! Oh, Seth Jarvis has put Carolina back on top.
off.
Storm Watch with Adam Gold at 6. Puck Drop at 6:30.
Mr. Anderson gets the win. And what a gutsy performance from this Carolina Hurricanes team.
On your official audio home of Hurricanes hockey, 99.9 The Fan.
Adam Gold here from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Week 2 of the NBA season is here. I still feel like it's brand new, especially every time I see a Victor Wembanyama highlight. I just think that the world is starting over. Anyway, it's NBA tip-off week again, and FanDuel wants you, a new customer, to get $300 of their money in bonus bets if you make your first $5 wager and win that wager. So do that. And then put it all on Victor Wembanyama. FanDuel.com/AdamGold, FanDuel.com/AdamGold. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
There are only about 4,300 publicly traded companies on the U.S. Stock Exchange. But there are an estimated 33 million companies in the U.S. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. The average investor is missing out on over 99% of the investment opportunity that's happening in this beautiful country until now. True portfolio strength is found beyond the confines of the S&P 500, investing in promising companies before they go public. Private real estate, infrastructure, world-changing technologies. This is called the endowment model. The endowment model has historically outperformed the traditional model of just stocks and bonds. If you're an accredited...
Outsmart the elements.
Hey, what do you say? John Forsland here from my friends at Buffalo Brothers. During hockey season, I'm bouncing from coast to coast like a puck on ice. But when I'm back in town, I always head to Buffalo Brothers for the best wings on the planet. And check this out. Now they have a new flavor, Chili Lime. You can't beat the great specials at all 5 Triangle locations, like half-price pizzas, Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6. You can dine in or carry out. BuffBrothers.com. Aw, man, now I want wings.
YouTube TV customers, you could lose ESPN and the sports you love, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, NBA, college basketball, and more. Take action. Go to keepmynetworks.com to keep ESPN.
My name is Luis Fonsi. No one should face Alzheimer's or other dementias alone. Resources are available at alz.org and by calling the Alzheimer's Association's 24/7 free hotline at 800-272-3900.
One Adam Gold. One Adam Gold.
Person in front of me in line had a box of wine.
Oh, yeah. I feel that person. If you are buying boxed wine on a Friday, that thing is open right now.
In the car.
Yeah. I don't even need it to cool down.
She jammed a big straw right through the top of the box
yeah,
in
went
the car.
to the gas station to get a cup of ice. Like, they don't even care.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Got to do top 5, bottom 5 later. I haven't thought about it yet. The Jets can't be last now because they won a football game, although they're still the worst team in the league.
They could
Still the worst team in the league.
Still be last.
Oh, yeah, they're still the worst team in the league. But good for them. I grew up watching Aaron Glenn, and I enjoyed the fact that he looked happy for the first time all year.
After that, strut across the sideline. Well, that one game.
Well, Aaron's
Poor Aaron, he's never going to live that down.
Spent a lot of time on the field this year. Bomani Jones, the Right Time podcast is a must. He covers everything, and I know there is a Shohei Ohtani episode awaiting me when I head to the arena tonight for the Hurricanes and the Golden Knights. And Bomani joins us on the Adam Gold Show. How are you, man?
I have to say that saying that you grew up watching Aaron Glenn is a very charitable self-assessment in terms of when this upgrowing was taking place.
Well,
I grew up watching Aaron Glenn, yes. You know, you were buying boxes of wine.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember. He was on the field when Dan Marino threw the fake spike. And I was at that game.
Yeah, I want to say Aaron left A&M in like '93. I think was his last year there.
Was it really? Oh, so I didn't grow up
Yeah.
watching him. I feel young. I'm young at heart.
Yeah, that's what
Bo.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the right outlook.
Thank you very much. It's funny. I hit you up last week because I really wanted to talk about the NBA, specifically because we are going to get to Victor Wembanyama. So we're going to talk about that. But I wanted to hit you. I wanted to talk about the league. And then what happened last night happened, and what happened last Friday happened with Shohei Ohtani, two of the greatest spectacles we have ever seen. So I want to start there. We've never seen anything like this in any other sport. I mean, the two disciplines, pitching and hitting, could not be more different. They should almost have two separate rosters in Major League Baseball for pitchers and hitters. How do you process what we are watching with Ohtani?
I mean, if you think about, and granted, it's a little different with Ohtani because there's been the fact that he's been allowed to do it, I do think is noteworthy. But even still, I remember that year that CC Sabathia did the back end of the season after he got traded from Cleveland to the Brewers. And he hit like 300. And it was like, oh, man, this would be really cool if he could keep something like this up on the hit every 5 days kind of program. And then the Yankees money whipped him, so we never actually got to witness it. But this is that, except he's actually doing it all the time. Like, he had 54 home runs and 59 stolen bases last year.
Yeah.
What? What are we talking about here? No, it's one thing where we start raising the question, is he as good a baseball player as Barry Bonds, who's the best player since World War II?
Yep.
It's another thing to where he's doing things that make him not just simply comparable to Barry Bonds, but comparable to the version of Barry Bonds that we think was using steroids, which is the most impossible baseball player that we have ever seen.
That's the best hitter I ever saw. Like, I don't think Ohtani is necessarily, right now he's locked in, so he's in that category to the point where, honestly, you can't pitch to him. You have to walk him. He's got 7 straight extra base hits. He hasn't been made, he hasn't been put out at Dodger Stadium in the last 27 innings. It's not been out at Dodger Stadium. So he has risen to that level as a hitter, but he's also one of the best pitchers in the world. And it's just, he's not the best pitcher, but he's one of the best pitchers. And nobody has been able to marry the two. The closest, actually, might be Madison Bumgarner, who did DH some for the Giants when they realized, my gosh, this guy hits a lot of home runs when he pitches. Maybe we should let him hit when he doesn't pitch sometimes. But we never saw him do that for a steady diet.
No. This experiment is only appropriate if he is excellent at both things. Otherwise, you're going to have to say to yourself, it will be better off to get excellence in one direction or another. It's really a position where it's like, how am I supposed to choose?
Right.
Like we're looking at the Travis Hunter situation with the Jaguars, where they've just turned him into an ordinary player by trying to, go with this experiment, and it's not working.
Is he it? Like, I haven't seen enough of the Jaguars. What I didn't understand was you get a corner to find great cornerbacks, way more difficult than finding great wide receivers. So why not make him a great cornerback and let him dabble at wide receiver and work him in, treat him like Dion? Because that's what they ultimately, when Dion played offense, he was a threat and he was good, but he was a great corner. Why didn't they? I'm baffled by how the Jaguars have approached this.
Well, they made a really stupid mistake with that trade. I appreciate it, man. Like, the trade was preposterous, and it put them in a position where they were trapped into playing him on both sides when you just needed to explore it. Like, to me, it was obvious. He is an all-pro defensive back and maybe could be a very good wide receiver. This, to me, was a no-brainer decision to make. But somebody got to thinking too much, and now that, they're going to throw good money after bad after they made this trade.
I guess it's very Jaguarish. Although, we were told that Liam Cohen, he's an offensive guy, not really a defensive guy. That's how he's essentially made his bones in the sport. but somebody had to say, when we're putting premiums on positions, I know wide receiver's sexy, but I don't think you can have a great defense in the NFL without a shutdown corner. Every great defense has a shutdown corner, and to me, that's where Travis Hunter should be. But and just let him occasionally go and play offense, and even if he becomes good at it, even if he gets half the snaps on offense, but he would be making every snap on defense for me. I think he impacts the game a whole lot more there. Bomani Jones is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. I'm going to get to all the coaching openings here in a second. How do you think it's going at UNC, Bo, from New York City?
I mean, the most foreseeable outcome with Belichick was he is a poor evaluator of talent. And that is what ended his time in the NFL, was his poor ability to evaluate talent. And now, when I found out that their starting quarterback was going to be some guy they plucked from South Alabama, I was like, uh-oh, somebody's overthinking the job, aren't they? And then it turns out they are. And then my old guy Pablo's on everybody's keister. He's just trying to shut Mike Lombardi down. Somebody wants Mike Lombardi out of there.
Yep.
Like, somebody has had enough of his feces in a way that you don't typically see. I mean, they're probably not going to win another game. They probably have to fire him. I don't think that they have afforded themselves any room for patience because nobody likes them, which is what ultimately did Brian Kelly in at LSU, is that nobody likes him. And so that Patriot Way thing only works in the presence of great success. And they are not having great success.
No, they're not. Here's what's interesting to me about Bill. Is that I don't think they want to fire Bill, but I do think they want Bill to have to make a decision because I think they want Lombardi out. And, Lombardi has had really no pockets of even NFL success in terms of being in charge of personnel. He's been, air quotes, assistant, basically like the George Costanza thing, the assistant to the traveling secretary. That's basically been where where Lombardi has been in the most successful situations. But when it's his job to procure talent, he doesn't have any real success at that. And they've done a poor job here. So I think what they would like is for Lombardi to be forced out and then Bill to have to make a decision. Do you want your money, or do you want to you want to continue to are you going to be comfortable without Lombardi? I don't know what's going to happen there.
No, Lombardi has to go. Is Bill Belichick willing to get himself forced out in the name of Mike Lombardi? God, I hope not. I would lose a lot of respect for him under those circumstances. This is one of those you just got to let go, big dog. Can't be that.
It wouldn't be the first time. We had David Fleming on, who was who I didn't even know this, but he's on the case at Carolina.
He's doing that for Pablo's podcast.
That is, and Pablo's been all over the place. I completely rolled my eyes at the Jordan Hudson part of this story, and I still do. I could care less about Miss Maine and all the LLC she's got, and she's running this, and she blew off Hard Knocks because they want to do it their own. Whatever. I don't even care about what Jordan Hudson is doing. But, man, it's just one more thing that these people have to deal with at UNC. And honestly, I think that the Lee Roberts and the John Pryors of the world, the latter being the former chairman of the Board of Trustees, I think they deserve what they're getting here. Because I think they thought that they had solved, the Rubik's Cube of college football, that they were going to shortcut their way to here. It's still a long process, and Bill has no clue what the college game is like. And you know this. Even though they get paid, they ain't pros.
They thought they could fire everybody. And the fact that anybody let them do it was the clear sign that this wasn't going to work.
Bomani Jones is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. So the LSU job is open. Brian Kelly, who could see this coming when he faked the Southern accent at the basketball game? Who could see that this was ultimately going to be the outcome? But Penn State is also available. There's a lot of good gigs available.
Yeah, those are interesting jobs, though, because they are very good, and LSU is the job that has the highest ceiling, but it's a plus or minus 9.5 job, right? Like, you're going to be 9 wins, 10 wins. That's kind of where you hope to land. But a 3-loss season is kind of the average season at LSU, and they think of themselves more like Alabama. But they also are typically not that impatient. Kelly took an embarrassing loss every year, and then he was there. And that's the thing. It's not just wins and losses. It's which wins, which losses, and how they look in the process. What is interesting to me is there used to be a time when you had more hot-name candidates, and you don't see that anymore. And I think the other thing is there's less room for patience now because people have to be good right away, which makes it a little difficult for you to go get somebody for a job like that who doesn't have head coaching experience. Now, that means you might miss out on Kirby Smart, but there's also no Nick Saban staff anymore for people to come harvest these guys from. You know, like this could go all over the place, and it looks like it's just going to be a rotation of guys that actually already have pretty good jobs. Matt Rule has a pretty good job. I think he goes to Penn State. Lane Kiffin has a pretty good job. He probably goes to Florida. Now, who winds up making those secondary moves? That, I think, is where it gets interesting.
So if you're Lane Kiffin, you'd rather Florida than LSU?
If I'm Lane Kiffin, I would probably rather no. If I'm Lane Kiffin, I'm going to Florida because he is the spiritual successor to Steve Spurrier.
Nice.
He's the kind of guy that they want. They're going to get sick of his nonsense at LSU fast.
Unless they happen to win, but I think you're right. What chances do you give him of staying at Ole Miss?
It depends on how much money Ole Miss puts together, but I think it's on the board. I mean, that's a tricky job to me.
Yeah.
I don't think that you can continue to have seasons like the one that they're having right now. Like, this is probably an outlier occurrence. Because, look, I know there aren't that many people that still see the world like this, but I know my daddy would be damned before I went to school at no Ole Miss. Like this, you're still up against some things trying to get people to go to school there.
Totally understand. I think you're right. You can make arguments for maybe a lot of schools down there like that, but yeah, Ole Miss is definitely maybe an outlier even for that. But the thing about Ole Miss, like I just don't know what, because I watched the documentary that Ryan McGee did. I don't know, it wasn't a documentary, but the show on Lane Kiffin, and he seems like for the first time. He just seems happy, like he's not necessarily restless. Like sometimes personal happiness is the most important thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. If he's happy, I'm not. I dislike that dude like I know him. Like it is. He's just. Oh man, I don't even like. Like I guess that's what people call when people call people schmucks. Like that's a schmuck right there.
I appreciate that. I've heard that a few times in my life, sometimes directed at me, and that's probably fair. How good a job is Penn State? Because I think, to me, that's in some ways like LSU. They want to win, and they win 10 games a lot. And Franklin did a pretty good job there without ever being able to win one of those games. But he was there a long time.
Yeah, it's a good job that has a high ceiling. They haven't won a national championship in 40 years. It's worth noting. But you hit it there. He didn't win the right games. And he just consistently lost the ones that they want to win. Presumably somebody else could come in there and do it. But let me tell you, I know they got a lot of them players there with money, and money is more important than anything else. But you're going to have a hard time getting better players than James Franklin was able to get there. That's where this is going to be fun, but I guess they're going to try to money whip people and go from there. But then again, it's the Big Ten, and they're also broke. They want to take a payday loan. So
that is one of the great stories in all of college sports. All right, finally, I watched the highlights of opening game of Victor Wembanyama, and all I could think of was, I just don't know what you do. That you are at his mercy if he is going to be able to do that, and it wasn't the fact that he can dunk the ball from outside the lane. He could just reach over and dunk it or lay it in. He's obviously got athleticism, but he was making trick shots in that game. What are we looking at here, Bo?
He's 6 inches taller than Anthony Davis and may have top 10 ball handling in the NBA. What are you supposed to do? He's blocking 5 shots a game. He's averaging 31, 14, and 5 blocks a game. He's shooting 36% from 3, and he's 7'5", and he's taking step back threes.
Yeah.
What is anybody supposed to do with this? Never seen anything like it. Never have. Never will.
The only thing that I can, and I didn't I didn't grow up watching Wilt, but Wilt, came along at a time where we didn't have incredible athletes playing that position. So he was an outlier because of that. We had great players. Russell was a great player and a great athlete too, but those were really the outliers. But
yeah, but look, I saw some footage of Wilt. There's a Wilt Chamberlain documentary that Kevin Garnett and people did, I think, on Paramount Plus. And Wilt looked like Giannis. Victor doesn't look like anything I've ever seen. Like, it's crazy that Wilt looked like Giannis way back when, but there's nothing to compare to this, ever. This is like if Yao Ming was a little slimmer but had crazy handles in a J. Like, what are we talking about?
Right. I mean, he had 9 blocks. We're going to be having Hakeem Olajuwon triple-double alerts where he's going to go for 30, 18, and 11 blocks. He's ridiculous.
No. This is different. He'll be the best player in the NBA very soon.
Bomani Jones, The Right Time Podcast, at Bomani_Jones. My friend, I appreciate your time. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother, be good.
You got it. Bomani Jones here on the Adam Gold Show. All right. I said this last week. We had Brendan Whitted on the roundtable. I just don't know what you do with Wembanyama. He's unguardable. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll stretch. We'll place bets. I will give you the best and the worst of my yesterday's selection that hit. Next.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
Shoot, he scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, you're more than a policy. You're family. With offices in every county, we're close by when it matters most. Our local agents customize coverage to fit your life. And our award-winning claims team delivers fast, quality repairs. It's no surprise Forbes ranked us the #1 auto insurer in America. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
You don't need a 4-year degree to have a rewarding career that makes a difference in people's lives every day. As a public power line worker, you'll build and maintain a locally owned and operated electric system to keep the lights on in your community. 4 months in a community college program provides the training you need to begin your career as an apprentice line worker in public power. And being a local government employee in North Carolina comes with excellent benefits. To learn more about line worker and other public power careers, visit electricities.com.
For North Carolina high school seniors, the countdown to college is on. And at CFNC, we've got all the resources and information needed to get you on campus next year. Take College Application Week, for example. Did you know you can apply for free at many North Carolina colleges from October 20th through October 26th? Sure can. Don't miss the opportunity to save some money applying to college. And for more help, visit cfnc.org/C2C.
The North Carolina Healthcare Association invites you to listen to this month's podcast, Conversations on the State of Healthcare. We learn about an exciting new health initiative in Wake County called Precisely You, which uses DNA to transform the way we approach health. The goal is simple but powerful. Help people prevent disease, detect it earlier, and improve health outcomes. Wakia Ellis is Vice President of Nursing for WakeMed Raleigh campus.
With Precisely You, we're looking directly at each individual's DNA. That lets us identify personal genetic risks for diseases like hereditary breast and ovarian cancer, colorectal cancer, and even heart disease that might be linked to high cholesterol.
You can learn more and join our latest Conversations on the State of Healthcare wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and find out more by visiting nchealthcare.org. North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
We
had to exit the home pretty quickly because of how quickly the water came in. It was just really vital to me whenever all the public service announcements were going out, that we needed to get our water tested.
We need to, get in the field and start helping people disinfect their water supplies.
It's really critical to their health to be able to have that safe drinking water.
They were reaching out to me to make sure that I knew that there were resources available.
NC Public Health. Everywhere, every day, everyone.
The Medicare open enrollment period runs through December 7th. This is your annual opportunity to review your Medicare health plan or Medicare prescription drug plan and make sure you're getting the best coverage to meet your needs for the next year. Be sure to review your Medicare, your handbook, and the annual notice of change from your current plan. Visit ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212. SHIP provides free, unbiased help in all 100 counties.
This is Adam Gold.
80-second mark, I scream in the booth. I screamed in the booth. Why the heck is he still on the ice?
Did you say it in Finnish?
I should have.
Yes.
No, he wouldn't. He curses in English.
He does.
2 seconds later, he scored.
Yes.
And I went, oh, that's why. That's why.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Before we get to the stretch and to the wagering, Commissioner of the Southeastern Conference, Greg Sankey, sent a letter to the NCAA and their president, Charlie Baker, 3 days ago, stating that during an October 13th conference meeting, an SEC meeting, the message of our presidents and chancellors was clear and united. This policy change represents a major step in the wrong direction, and the policy change they are referring to is the fact that the NCAA last week approved betting on professional sports for all eligible NCAA athletes and administrators. In other words, if you are an adult and can create a legal sports betting account, then we can't stop you from doing that. And guess what? That's the law. But what I think Greg Sankey, and this is in the wake of what happened to the NBA, but I think this is where Sankey is missing it. The problem here is not legal wagering. It isn't. Because if you do it with, like, I have an account at FanDuel that I use. I have accounts at other sports books that I don't use anymore because they've run dry. But it's not like you can go into debt on those, right? You still have, all you can do is put money in. It is not, you're not attaching it. I guess there are some offshore accounts you can attach to a bank account, which will just draft money if you are in arrears. But for every account I've used, you have to deposit a certain amount of money, and that's what you have to lose. So if you only have $2 in your account, you can't bet 20. All you can bet is 2. So I think Sankey is missing the point here. And I think almost all of the arguments against the association between the leagues, the college conferences, and these legal sports books, they're fine. That's not the problem. The problem are the people who wager illegally. That could be an offshore account. That can be with somebody in the dorm. That's the problem, not the legal stuff. All right, let's stretch.
Okay, so if you are still kind of thinking about what Halloween costume you want to wear, because it's this Friday, I can't wait.
It is Friday.
But I'm also kind of sad because that means it's over. But still, but I'm gonna stretch it into the weekend, so spooky season won't be over until Monday. But if you are looking for the top trending costumes because you have no idea what you're going to go as, I'm here to help, even though I don't know what this is. So the top trending Halloween costume this year is something called Rumi from a K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, I'm sure people who have children, like young children, are probably like, oh yeah, it's K-pop Demon Hunters, which I've heard of this, that it is popular, but I still don't know what it is. So whatever Rumi is from this out of nowhere big screen sensation, as this article puts it, that's going to be the most trending thing. I guess I'll figure out what this is after this year is over. But if you are curious of what other top trending things are, if you want to do a little throwback and be one of the old school things, last year, which I didn't realize this, was Shrunken Head Bob from Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice? That was interesting. I didn't realize that was the most popular costume last year. But the year before was Weird Barbie from the Barbie movie.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. All right then. And then 2022, so many things. Maybe this is because I don't have human children, so I don't know what this is, but like Huggy Wuggy, whatever that.
Human children is so funny.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds like, I don't know if that's like a different Teletubby or whatever, but yeah, so there was that. I do know, or maybe this was because I just saw this on the internet back then in 2021, but Raya from Raya the Last Dragon. Also, throwback to Joe Exotic. We should see some Joe Exotics out there.
Okay.
I love creative ones, but that's over the past like 5 years. Those have been the top costumes, just in case you're interested, which I know here at the office we have costume parties for Halloween, and I typically dress up, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what I might dress up as this year, and I like to come up with the creative ones. Like one year, I went as Giselle when Tom Brady and Giselle were having like issues, and everybody thought she was a witch.
Oh, okay.
and so I tried to,
We needed them to have issues for that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by that.
Exactly. So I want to say last year I went as a sad Panther fan, but that's
every year.
Most seasons.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time.
It's an evergreen costume is what we call those.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't know what this year will be. So we'll see. And honestly, I'm curious. People on our YouTube stream, feel free to let us know what you might be this year, and that might inspire me. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Typically, I come up with something like 48 hours before I need to, and then I'm around the house like getting all the scraps and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted if I come up with something. Now, one other thing, if you're a fan of Poltergeist, this might be interesting for some folks, especially if you're in California and can do this. The actor who played the son in Poltergeist is actually going to be giving out candy at the house to trick-or-treaters. Now, I know, that'll be fun. So his name is Oliver Robbins, who played Robbie Freeling. And this is the kid who gets attacked by his own clown doll. In one of the scenes of the movies, just in case you needed reference. But the new owner is also going to be decorating with a bunch of skeletons and all that stuff, kind of as a nod to the final scene in the movie, while Oliver, aka Robbie, will be giving out candy. And then if you really feel froggy, you can get an Airbnb stay there.
That sounds good.
I mean, why not? Let's see if they have the huge TV that's, there too. That would be interesting. But yeah, so I'm curious to see what stuff like that turns out. I like when they use horror movies and like redo them, like have the actors come back. So that might be fun. If you're in California, swing on by and say hi to Ollie, I guess so. Or you could just save your money and make some more really great bets.
Place your bets. Place your bets. Here we are. I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
Okay, you can owe me. I owe you one.
All right, before we start, yesterday you weren't here, Victoria.
Yes.
My predicted final score of the Chiefs-Commanders game was 27-10.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I see something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I said Chiefs minus 10.5.
Yeah.
Under 47.5, which, by the way, that as a standalone won.
Mm-hmm.
At plus, it was 252. I did not do this. I forgot. I was otherwise crazed trying to do stuff and get to a soccer game, so I didn't do any of it.
Yeah.
I also had Kareem Hunt, 2 or more touchdowns, plus 4,000.
Yeah.
Shouts to those of you who messaged me, thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That hit too. Somebody said that he had a 3-leg parlay with Kareem Hunt, 2 or more touchdowns that ended up being plus 71,000.
Oh, wow.
And he cashed out before he lost a 3rd leg of it.
Oh,
so he
okay.
cashed out for like plus 330.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that was a good move. That was a good move. Hey,
Outstanding.
I wish people were listening to me on Friday because Mackenzie Dern by the points. Bingo. Plus 260. Nailed it. I even put real money on it. And I took the Dodgers for game 2. This was game 2 because it's Friday. Dodgers game 2, under 7.5, plus 220. Won that one too. So we'll see if it happens. I'm going to say Ohtani anytime, home run hitter. It's not a touchdown. Home run hitter plus 190. Because why not?
He's going to walk.
That's what he does.
He's going to walk 5 times tonight.
I know.
Seriously, he's going to walk 5 times tonight. I'll get to the World Series game. We're going to start Charlotte FC in the playoffs, in the MLS playoffs. Starts tonight at home to NYCFC. Give me Charlotte, which is plus 180. Both teams to score, plus 348 when you parlay those together.
Nice. Let's see here. I'm going to say the Dodgers win this one, and we'll go over 8. Why not? Plus 145.
All right. I'll go Dodgers here. I'm not picking the game. I think the Dodgers are going to win. Max Muncy, anytime home run hitter, plus 390.
Nice. And the Carolina Hurricanes, they are playing the Golden Knights at home. So let me go with an anytime goal scorer, Jarvie, plus 165.
Anytime goal scorer, Bradley Nadeau, plus 550. Somebody explain to me why Andrei Svechnikov, who hasn't sniffed anything yet, is plus 250, and Jesperi Kotkaniemi is plus 900. Is there a difference right now between the two players? Actually, Kotkaniemi's better. That's the problem.
His Zamboni is bigger than yours. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Pack Therapy is in session, thanks to First Horizon Bank. It's Tim Donnelly from 99.9 The Fan, alongside legendary Wolfpack play caller Mike Glennon.
Every episode of Pack Therapy is your chance to get dialed in with inside information on your team.
We'll set you up for every Wolfpack game all season long.
And we'll break down every contest, what went right and what could have worked better.
Plus, special guests to keep Wolfpack hope alive.
Follow and subscribe to Pack Therapy wherever you discover your favorite podcasts, and watch every episode on YouTube.
Is your heating and air system ready for cooler weather? Call Newcomb & Company to ensure your system is running at peak performance. As a Comfort Contract customer, you'll get priority service and a 15% discount on all HVAC and plumbing service calls and repairs. Newcomb & Company, your independent trained dealer, has proudly served our community for more than 70 years, delivering reliable comfort and peace of mind. Call 919-862-3000 or visit newcombandcompany.com. Newcomb & Company, your comfort is our business.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate down to 4.99% APR? Hey, it's Dennis Cox. Right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days. Pay off all those high-interest credit cards and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours, paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, and saved $2,100 a month. One call, life changed. There's no wait, no hard credit pull up front. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates are at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto, A+ rated with the BBB and nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call 919-381-1760 and see how much cash you can get today. Loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 166171 on approved credit. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
This is Dr. Craig McGiffin with Raleigh Weight Loss Center. Did you know, according to research, a majority of people gain their weight back after stopping those expensive weight loss shots? Don't become another statistic. Our doctor-developed program doesn't just help you lose weight, it helps you keep it off for good. We've helped over 70,000 people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks and maintain their results long-term. No more yo-yo dieting or weight regain. Visit RaleighWeightLossCenter.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's Dennis Cox from 99.9 The Fan. I've been on the program at Raleigh Weight Loss Center for 3 months. I've lost 40 pounds. This is the healthiest and lightest I've been in a decade. The Raleigh Weight Loss Center program has successfully helped thousands of people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in 60 days. Schedule your free 15-minute phone call to learn more. Call Raleigh Weight Loss Center at 919-897-7506 or visit them online at RaleighWeightLossCenter.com. Results may vary.
YouTube TV customers, you could lose ESPN and the sports you love, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, NBA, college basketball, and more. Take action. Go to keepmynetworks.com to keep ESPN.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Workers' comp can be tricky, but my law firm will be on top of all the complicated paperwork and sneaky deadlines so that all of your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. If you've been hurt on the job, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
When you talk about an LSU, when you talk about a University of Florida, when you're talking about an Alabama, when you're talking about a UGA, those tier 1 budgeted schools in the SEC, mediocre coaching will not be tolerated. So anybody who wants to insert their resume for a potential job interview, you must understand, if you don't have intentions to win, and I mean win yesterday, do not take that job. When you look at Brian Kelly's overall record versus the SEC, 34-14. Now, some would say, well, he was okay. That's mediocre.
Cam Newton on TV. I love Cam Newton on TV. It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Will Palaszczuk, who is the voice of Charlotte FC, will join us in just a little bit. They have a playoff match tonight. I will unfortunately not be able to watch that. I love playoffs. They're actually a very fun team to watch. But we will we'll get to it with Will. We'll also talk a little bit about the Panthers, because Will does a post-game show for Panthers radio, and we'll talk about, to me, like, I go back to the beginning all the way into the preseason. And I am not trying to reverse engineer anything. I am not trying to tell you that I've never liked Dave Canales. It has nothing to do with that. I had my doubts last year. The rest of the season, the last 4, 5, 6 games of the season, looked like he was coming around. Open mind going into this year. And then something that he did during the preseason made me go, yeah, that's why I didn't like him. And it's not that I don't like him. He seems like a perfectly nice human being. But your team needed reps. Your, first team needed reps in the preseason. Nothing in game 1. Was it game 1? I don't even remember anymore. But when they went to Houston, no, they played in game 1. They played a series in game 1. When they went to Houston, and you said going in, I'd like, 10 to 12 plays, that would be good. And they went 3 and out twice. And you said they didn't deserve another series. I wanted them to earn it. Had they earned it, they wouldn't have needed the third series. So ultimately, you got mad and decided you were going to punish them by really punishing the team.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
The whole goal of the preseason should have been nothing more than to get your team ready. And what happened? We got to the start of the season, and they weren't ready. You do whatever it takes to get your team ready. The move for Canales should have been, we're going to play until we get this right. So if we play more than 10 to 12 snaps, c'est la vie. But that's not what happened. He tried to make a point. There was no point to be made. And the team ultimately started games poorly and started the season poorly. Now, they, in some ways, righted the ship. They won 3 in a row, even though the last one was not impressive, 13-6 over still the worst team in the league, the Jets. We'll do top 5, bottom 5 at the end of this hour. And you couldn't recognize that your best offense featured Rico Dowdle at running back for the last 2 weeks? Chuba Hubbard's available. Therefore, let's act like Rico Dowdle didn't lead the league in rushing for 2 weeks. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen. Okay.
Pretty much.
All right. I get it. So, I'm where I was middle of last year. That's where I am now. It's not that Dave Canales won't ever be a good head coach. I can see it. I can see Canales being a good coach down the road. There's a lot of coaches that didn't do well their first time out. Mike Shanahan was a terrible coach his first time out. Grew into it. Became a better coach the next time. Bill Belichick wasn't a great head coach the first time out. Grew into it. Became a better coach the next time. Pete Carroll is going to go into the Hall of Fame. He was mediocre at best with the Jets and then with the Patriots before figuring it out. Maybe Dave Canales will get there. But he's not there now, and he won't be there anytime soon with this team. And I would just as soon at the end of this year, Dave Tepper do what Dave Tepper does best, and that's become impatient again. And deal with the fallout, which is earned. But I think his firing Dave Canales at the end of this season would be justified, just based on those two decisions.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not a Panthers fan. I'm not emotional about it at all. I would love to see the Panthers do well because you, Victoria, are a Panthers fan.
I know. And
want you to enjoy watching them.
Well, thank you. Unfortunately, I think us Panther fans have had to emotionally detach because we would go crazy. So I still root for them, but I can't let my hopes get too high or expectations.
My son is trying to drag me back into being a Jets fan because they won a game.
Oh, okay.
Right. I will not.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Actually, I'm pledging allegiance to the Lions.
Yeah, I love them.
Because they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I'll pledge allegiance to another team the following year.
Yeah.
I want to watch a team and enjoy it.
Yeah, if I had to pick a second team, Lions all the way. Dan Campbell and company.
Yeah, I don't even have a first team.
Can't go wrong.
And they're not even my first. I'm the ultimate who's ever on.
Yeah, just go
Kinda
with the
guy.
flow.
Exactly. All right, let's do the wall of sound.
The wall of sound is a function of this studio. There's no doubt about it.
Although I think it would be good every year to pick a different team. Next year, who are we going to be a fan of?
As long as you don't have to buy gear for all of them.
Next
That would
year.
get expensive.
Yeah.
That would get really expensive.
Very much so. All right, let's go to the World Series last night. We do have a game 4 tonight, and Shohei Ohtani will pitch tonight for the Dodgers. I think it's Shane Bieber for Toronto tonight. I think they will need a big time performance out of him. Anyway, last night in 18 innings, Freddie Freeman walked it off, and the Dodgers win it 6-5. In the 7th inning, the Blue Jays had a 5-4 lead, and Shohei Ohtani came up with the bases empty, down a run, and John Schneider, the manager of the Blue Jays, allowed his pitcher to pitch to him. Personally, I think that's the right move. I do. I'll explain in a minute. It didn't work. Ohtani tied the game with a home run, and then they walked him the rest of the night. The next 5 times. Here's John Schneider.
We're trying to pitch around him. You know what I mean? And you trust Sir Anthony to make pitches to do that. And sometimes for pitchers, it's hard to do that. You know, when you're kind of trying to throw a ball and didn't put it where you want to put it. But you know, he had a great game. He's a great player. But I think you know, after that, you just kind of take the bat out of his hands.
And which is what they did. 5 times. 4 of them flat out intentional walks. The last one was an unintentional intentional walk. And Sir Anthony Dominguez, that's a great first name, by the way. I thought he was British for a second. He was knighted. Sir Anthony Dominguez, but that's not the case. Anyway, so they pitched to him, and let me explain very quickly why I think it's the right idea. You lead the game in the 7th inning. The object is to win the game, right? That's the object.
Yes.
So the way I look at it, I need to keep the lead. There was only 1 out at the time when Ohtani hit the home run. If I walk him and put him on base, I've got Mookie Betts up. Again, 1 out. Even if I strike Mookie Betts out, I'm probably not getting him to hit into a double play. He's too fast for that. So even if I strike him out, Freddie Freeman is a killer and now represents the go-ahead run. I don't want to do that. I don't want to invite a loss. I would rather take my chances with the bases empty and Shohei Ohtani than walk him. Now, I might walk him anyway, but I am going to make him hit my pitch. The problem is the pitch he hit was not the pitcher's pitch. It was a meatball of a curveball, high in the zone, out over the plate, and those are home runs.
Not ideal to have meatballs.
That was a terrible pitch, way more than a terrible decision.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I agree with it. Now, I mentioned that Shohei Ohtani is going to pitch tonight. Freddie Freeman, who walked it off in the 18th, recognized the story about last night.
Weird how the game works sometimes, right? Shohei's game, I hope we don't lose sight of getting on. Our starting pitcher tomorrow got on base 9 times tonight. Just incredible. You know, it's just kind of how when you're that hot and you're hitting balls right center, left center, like Shohei was tonight, you just knew he was feeling good. So, I mean, that's the right move. You don't want Shohei to beat you and let other guys try and beat you after his first 4 at-bats, and it took a lot longer, but we finally did it.
Double homer. His first 4 at-bats yesterday. His 4 at-bats the last game played in Dodger Stadium, Game 4 of the NLCS against the Brewers. Homer. Like 7 for 7, 2 doubles, 5 home runs, 6 runs batted in, 6 walks, 5 of them intentional. Make that make sense.
Just one person did all that.
At the end, I want him to donate his body to science. I want to cut him open at the end, and I think we're going to find a Men in Black scenario.
Yeah. See, I would be him for Halloween, but
He's
I would
an alien.
need stilts or something.
Yeah. He is just, it's unbelievable what he is. All right, now, the Panthers. Head coach, Dave Canales, got offensive line issues. Taylor Moton got hurt. I think Brady Christensen ruptured his Achilles. So the offensive line definitely banged up.
Yes, unfortunately, Brady Christensen has a torn Achilles, and so he'll be out. And what a stud. I just got to take a moment to appreciate what Brady has done for us, playing all across the offensive line for the last 2 years, really every single spot. And just the type of guy that he is, anything for the team, the focus, the attention to detail, the toughness and all that. We're going to really miss him. Taylor, we're going to reevaluate him and see where he's at. He just, his knee kind of flared up on him today, and they got a couple of good rushes on him, and it just felt like, he wouldn't give us the best chance, so we put Yash out there. But we'll have more information on Taylor. And then, of course, Cade had an ankle. Austin Corbett came in and did a great job settling things down and just allowing us to continue to play.
They've got offensive line issues, and it's going to be tough. They're at Green Bay this week, and that ain't the team you want to have offensive line issues against. They are a Super Bowl favorite in the NFC. All right, finally, one last thing before we break, and we talk to Will Palaszczuk about Charlotte FC in the playoffs and the Carolina Panthers. Dave Doran, head coach at NC State. We see we know that when they lost to Virginia Tech a few weeks ago, however many weeks ago that is now, that seemed to be the final straw for everyone, right? My position on Dave is he calls his shot. No, nobody else. The program is, I love what he's done with the program. There's a great foundation, a great culture. They have put guys in the league. The one thing they haven't done, and it's important, but they haven't done it, is win enough games. Everything but, that 10 or, heaven forbid, an 11-win season. Haven't done that. The 1 year I think they would have, the bowl game got canceled. So they can claim the forfeit and the 10th win, but it's really not what happened. Anyway, because of all these firings, Dave Doran was asked if that ratchets up any pressure to make a decision for State for him.
No. Boo's been, I've said this before, he's a great guy to work for. I don't worry about that. I got to worry about my players. I got to worry about my staff, my wife, my children. Those decisions aren't mine to make. And I told the team this yesterday, I'm going to give them everything I got. Our goal is to go win this football game. And then the next week, we have a bye week, try to get them healthy. And then our next week, go win a football game. And you just keep going. There's a lot of football left, a lot of games. And, what happens at other schools has nothing to do with what's happening to me. And when decisions are made, they're made. For me, it's how much fun can I have with this staff, these players? How good of a job can I do for them? My job is to serve them, to motivate them, to get them better, to be there for them, to push them, to hold them accountable. And I'm going to do all those things as hard as I can and try to enjoy every day doing it. I think one thing that hit us all in the face this year in this program is, when you lose people you love that are close to you, you have perspective about how fortunate you are to get to do the things, get to do the things that you're allowed to do. And I'm allowed to work with a bunch of awesome kids at a great university in an awesome city. And I'm going to relish that, Wins and losses matter a lot. I understand all that. I understand the profession. It's not pressure. It's a privilege to get to do what I do. And at some point, if they want someone else to do it, then God bless them. But I'm going to take advantage of my opportunities as long as I get them. And I'm going to fight for these kids because they're going to fight for me.
Remember Dabo Swinney's, if they want me out of here, I'll go coach somewhere else. Is that good? Are all these, that's exactly the same thing that Dabo Swinney said, only with a lot more class.
Yes.
That's just the way I process it. State fans might not think that way, and I get it. Without emotional attachment to things, sometimes it's easier to be more accepting, right? And I'm not telling any State fan that they shouldn't want more for the program. They should. There's a lot of things in place. It's disappointing for me because I want that program to continue on its path and flourish with Dave. But they haven't won enough. So if Dave Doran dialed me up and said, what should I do? I would say go fishing. I would. Go fishing.
With bourbon and a cigar.
Yeah. And
maybe not.
And go enjoy what you have done in your career and go spend time with your family.
Yeah.
Because that's first on his list of priorities anyway. That's the way I look at it. All right, when we come back, Will Palaszczuk, Willie P. style, on the Crown, the playoffs, and the Panthers. Next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Get crazy, Canes fans. It's hockey night in Carolina. It's your Canes and Vegas.
Jarvis with the back and he scores! Oh, Seth Jarvis has put Carolina back on top.
Storm Watch with Adam Gold at 6. Puck Draw at 6:30.
Mr. Anderson gets the win. And what a gutsy performance from this Carolina Hurricanes team.
On your official audio home of Hurricanes hockey, 99.9 The Fan.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friend Gordon Miller, Miller Lending, Kildare Farm Road in Cary. I came this close to hitting a 3-leg parlay on the football game last night, including somebody who scored 2 touchdowns that I picked, except here's how close I was, except I didn't bet it. Now, what I'm telling you to do, have your own 3-leg parlay in the form of not paying closing costs when you buy a house or when you refinance your mortgage. Either way, if you go to Miller Lending on Kildare Farm Road in Cary since 1996, and you get the no closing cost mortgage, the original no closing cost mortgage, mind you, you save thousands of dollars, and then you always have the freedom to refinance free of charge when the rates come down. Right now, let's say you got a mortgage about a year ago. It's about a point lower today. You'll save a lot of money. Miller Lending on Kildare Farm Road in Cary, an equal housing lender, NMLS ID 250-2146.
Dauntless Transmissions has been the trusted transmission shop in Raleigh for more than 27 years. But why do they call it Dauntless Transmissions? Well, dauntless means showing fearlessness and determination. Now, the experts at Dauntless Transmission are dauntless when it comes to caring for your vehicle. Whether that means a total transmission rebuild, complex engine or brake service, or just a routine tune-up, your vehicle will be dauntless when they're done with it. Visit DauntlessTransmissions.com. Dauntless Transmissions, your local source for exceptional service.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
YouTube TV customers, you could lose ESPN and the sports you love, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, NBA, college basketball, and more. Take action. Go to keepmynetworks.com to keep ESPN.
Hunger lives in neighborhoods all around us, but it doesn't have to. Together, we can provide 1 billion meals by 2030, because everyone should be welcome at the table. Learn more at nourishingneighbors.com.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can easily find the right home insurance for you, even if it's not with Progressive. But if you don't choose us, then sure, okay, it's not going to work out. We're not going to cry about it or stay awake wondering what our future together would have looked like. We can't get emotionally invested even if it sounds like we are. Progressive's Home Quote Explorer allows you to easily compare home insurance rates and coverages in one place, even if it's not with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. I love you. I shouldn't have said that.
This is Adam Gold.
The American Cornhole League. I don't know if you can wager on it. Let me go to FanDuel and find out if you can wager on it.
I think I read you can get a scholarship. Kids in high school can actually get scholarships for cornholing. Who knows? I don't know what the technical term is.
I'm just not going to say anything.
The Adam Gold Show.
This is always fun. Will Palaszczuk, always one of my favorites, at Willie P Style. And normally we talk Panthers, and that might come up. Or we talk Hornets. Not bad. That might come up. But we are going to start right behind me. Look at this. Charlotte FC. Playoff start tonight. I'm a huge, huge fan of football, European football, football feet soccer, as we call it in this country, because it's what we do. Incredible year. Incredible run during the middle of the latter part of the season. A run that came to an end against tonight's opponent, NYCFC, with a 2-0 loss up there. And the best of three playoff series starts tonight at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. I'm going to be otherwise occupied with a hockey game, but one eye on the scoreboard. Willie P Style, talk to me. And that actually sounds somewhat prophetic, since Idan Toklamati has been absolutely on fire the second half of the season. What do you know? Tell me.
It's good to be with you, Adam. It is kind of the fact that very much a storybook thing, because New York City ended the 9-game winning streak. They also began the 9-game winning streak for Charlotte FC from that perspective. So that 2-0 victory they had at home came after a 2-2 draw against Orlando that definitely represented a seat change in Charlotte FC season and a return to a lot of the things that made them very, very good last year. Incredible defensive solidarity, a couple of touches of class down the road. Obviously, Wilfred Zaha was a big part of that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he will not be a part of the game tonight. And obviously, that becomes a very, very big subplot. There's a lot on the shoulders of Liel Abada, who is another DP-level player who comes in to play for him, who had fallen out of favor in the lineup. But the thing I think that's very interesting about this one is that both these teams are very much mirror images of each other. They both love to be defensively solid. They both use their home field advantage to their incredible advantage. Charlotte, obviously, with their thunderous atmosphere, and New York with their propensity to play in baseball stadiums. The fact of the matter is, I think this game is the very big swing game of this series, because it obviously makes game 2 a must-win for the opponent who ends up losing it. And if Charlotte can't get a result tonight, it makes things incredibly difficult, as they've not won in a baseball stadium before. Whereas if they win tonight, they can use that momentum potentially to end this series later on this week and not have to come back to Bank of America Stadium next week.
So it's like, is there a significance to the baseball stadium thing other than the configuration, and we can't, you can't get all the seats close to the field? I've seen football games played at Yankee Stadium. Look, I was a kid. I grew up going to Shea Stadium, and the lower bowl was actually on wheels, and they moved it. So it was actually I thought an underrated football stadium. But is there something significant to a baseball stadium?
It's significant in that the pitch dimensions are incredibly constrained.
Oh, okay.
It's about 17 yards more narrow than Charlotte FC's pitch, and about 22 yards shorter, which again barely meets the minimum requirements for what FIFA brings to the table. FIFA doesn't have a standard pitch size. They basically got a minimum and a maximum length and width, and it barely fits the medium. And it's part of the reason why they're going to have their new building next to Citi Field beginning in 2027, because I think while the novelty of Yankee Stadium, I think, was cool for them at the beginning, I think many managers, broadcasters, players, etc., have kind of said, hey, this is a little ridiculous. It definitely affects what Charlotte FC does when you get around a game 2, because they're a team that loves to stretch out the wide areas. They love to play long and direct. The long balls that come from the back are much harder to get down.
Bye.
perspective. So,
there he is. Yeah, we lost you for a second, but here's my question, just to jump in here, because I'm listening to this and I'm going, wait a second, how can we play a playoff game on in what purports to be a major soccer league, right? The top 10 league in the world, on a pitch that is 17 yards more narrow? That is not insignificant. 17 yards is a lot. How is that even allowable?
Too shorter. It's weird, Adam. I wish I had an answer. It's something that both my partner Anna Whitty and I have talked about in terms of the subplot of this game. It's definitely going to be something that is an adjustment. You know, I saw Dean Smith before the game. We played up there, kind of walking the pitch out just to kind of make sure he got the paces right. Basically, the way you say it, it's, you know, 2 steps, you're in the attacking third, basically. So it's almost kind of like playing a half-court basketball game in a way. So it is definitely an adjustment. There are teams that have gone up there and won. It's not completely insurmountable. Seattle went up there and won on decision day. But that makes this first game, I think, all the more important because Charlotte FC needs to hold serve.
It's not 17 yards more narrow, 17 yards shorter. Look, maybe the goalkeeper can score.
Who knows?
Right, just go top bins on him. Will Palaszczuk is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. What was the turnaround? Where do you go? Where did they go from struggling to all of a sudden getting on that long winning streak? Because I know it didn't come too long. It might have coincided with Patrick Ajamang's sale to Derby County of the championship, but. And maybe the emergence in terms of continuity of Zaha. Where did it turn around?
Well, Dean Smith points to halftime against Chicago in the end of a stretch of games that was 10 out of 12 away from home in all competitions. 8 out of 10 in MLS play, 10 out of 12 if you count 2 U.S. Open Cup ties that took place away from home. It was a game against Chicago. They trailed 3-0 at halftime, and he basically came to the guys and said, look, we're not losing the second half. We're going to win the second half, and then we're going to go back home and turn this thing around. And darn it if they didn't go on a 10-game unbeaten streak right after that.
Right.
They ended up drawing against Orlando, as I mentioned, and then winning 9 in a row. And it's not like they beat slouches during that. I mean, they beat a bunch of playoff teams. They beat a Cincinnati team that's up ahead of them in the table. They beat this New York team, and there are other teams that kind of came across their purview that very much gave them fits, but they were able to beat. They beat Real Salt Lake as well. So it is a situation where I know a lot of people will look at this and say, how strong are they if they've had such highs and such lows? But the thing that's a difference in this level of soccer when you get to the playoffs is, can you defend? Do you have match winners on your side? And Charlotte FC can say unequivocally they do.
Oh, there is no doubt. All right, now, red card suspension for Zaha, as you mentioned, not going to be involved in this match. There is leadership, though, and who does he kind of shift that to? Who wears the arm? I'm not sure if it matters who wears an armband here, but who now takes charge, especially of their attack? He has been so good and so involved in everything.
Well, they got leaders basically all over the field right now. Of course, you think about Brant Bronico, who's been with the team since its inception. You've got Ashley Westwood, who's got Premier League bona fides in his own right. Same thing to go for Tim Ream.
Yep.
The thing about this is, Adam, 9 of the 11 projected starters, even if you include Abada in the starting lineup, as we assume he'll be there, 9 of the 11 starters will have MLS playoff experience from a year ago or even 2 years ago when Charlotte FC was in the play-in game with their previous regime. So it's not like they've not had experience being here. And the 2 who haven't, Harry Toffolo has got Premier League bona fides in his own right, and Idan Toklamati is playing about as well as any striker has played for Charlotte FC, not named Patrick Adjaman. And even you could say that there's parts of his game that Patrick doesn't have in his locker. So it does represent, I think, obviously, from an offensive standpoint, you have to shift where your focus is. It becomes a lot more balanced. You don't just, give it to Zaha and let him work and let him try to create and draw defenders. They do have to play maybe a little bit more direct. Maybe you have to do a little bit more in the midfield and get it more done on the right wing with Kerwin Vargas. It'd be a lot more balanced attack for Charlotte FC. But they've got creators, and they've got guys who can play very, very well. And I mentioned Harry Toffolo.
Yeah.
I think he's somebody that really widens and opens their attack because he's a fullback that loves to get high. And one of the things that was very characteristic of Dean Smith's teams at Aston Villa is he had high pressing, dangerous, great crossing fullbacks. He's got two now in Harry Toffolo and Nathan Byrne. They will pinch the wingers in. They will offer another semblance of attack. And I think it will also help Charlotte FC get themselves over the line here tonight.
It would certainly help. It gives you the free kick, free shot when you go up to the house that Aaron Judge built. And then hopefully you don't have to come back here and cruise through it. Will Palaszczuk at Willie P Style on Twitter. I like the crowd tonight. Plus 180, by the way, if people are scoring at home. So I know you just mentioned that maybe more direct and not let you don't have that creator in Zaha. Do you foresee lower scoring here? Is this more of a 1-0 type of a game?
I think it's screaming 1-0 at me, Adam, just based on the fact that I think both teams are going to try to be defensively solid. I think New York might try to sit low and try to play the counterattack a little bit. And I think Charlotte FC is very dangerous on their own counterattack as well. New York's also been dealing with a little bit of a flu bug over the course of the last week, and some guys are still kind of reeling from that. We won't feel sorry for them about that. But from the standpoint of where it sits, I do think it could be a situation where, cold, kind of, misty, rainy type match might not be one that's easy to get up for them being on the road. And I also think, too, it's a situation where the home team has always kind of had the advantage in this series. Charlotte's 4-0 all-time at home against New York, and the only victory Charlotte FC has against New York in this series just happened to be across the pond in Harrison, New Jersey, when both baseball stadiums were being used, and they had to play in their rivals' home building, New York Red Bulls. And Charlotte beat New York Red Bulls on the road in 2022 in the first season of a game that featured a goal from Brandt Bronico and a penalty spot goal from Christian Fuchs, if you can believe it, way back.
Wow, that is a blast from the past and a long time ago. All right, before
still on their staff, by the way, as an assistant.
Oh, very cool. Before I let you go, Will Palaszczuk at Willie P Style on Twitter. What's the fallout? Is there fallout from the loss to Buffalo? Can anybody figure out why Rico Dowdle hasn't been the feature? And I've been talking about this for 2 weeks. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than Dave Canales going, Chuba, you're going to get so many carries between now and the end of the year. We got 10 games left. Now it's 9. But Rico's too hot. We got to just flip this a little bit. Let him go first. You're going to get plenty of touches. I'm baffled at what I saw the last 2 weeks.
Well, I think we got deluded into thinking, Adam, that both these running backs have similarities in that they get stronger as the game goes on. And I think Chuba is suffering from the fact that he's suffering from as much of the constant switching as the run game as a whole and as Rico Dowdle is. The problem with it is that Rico can be good right from the start, because the thing that he does that Chuba doesn't do is that he sees the hole, he hits the hole right away.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of probing. There's no Le'Veon Bell hesitation station going on there with him like it is with Chuba Hubbard. So from that perspective, it's very much a situation where you look at Rico and say, he's got to be the tone setter. And I think based on the way Dave sounded yesterday, he made it sound like, I don't want to say he got the message, but I think the message has been shouted to him by more than a couple of people and said, hey, by the way, when you got one dude who's getting 6.8 yards per carry and another dude who's getting 2.8 yards per carry, why is a dude getting 2 yards per carry getting more of the touches? I think it's gotten to a point where I think giving him a little bit of grace here, he wants to get Chuba Hubbard going because he feels like their offense is best suited when they're both going well. But I think at this point, you have to think about the team over the individual here. I would fully expect against the Green Bay Packers to see more of a focal point centered around Rico Dowdle. A lot of that, of course, is dependent on who the quarterback is. But I also think, too, that after 2 weeks, maybe he's trying to chalk it up to maybe being a small sample size to Rico, but we have enough of a sample now with the fact that Rico is the hot hand, and he should be getting more of the carries.
To me, it's an easy one. Will Palaszczuk at Willie P. Style, my man. Have fun tonight. I know you and Anna will, and we will talk to you very, very soon.
Still waiting for Adam Gold playoff tickets coming his way. If if you don't have a Hurricane game that ends up conflicting with one, we got to get you up to uptown Charlotte for a home playoff.
Definitely want to do it. I told you this before. We watched, I think it was the Miami match in the car on the way back from wherever the heck we were about a month ago. And he was like, "Man, this is fun." Like, so we are absolutely going to do it, Willie. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time. I would. We have hockey all the time.
Oh, yeah, we're in full swing
We
now.
have hockey all the time. I would love to go to the NC Central basketball tip-off banquet on Thursday. The Hurricanes have a game against the Islanders Thursday night. Jack's first soccer playoff match is likely going to be next Thursday. Have a hockey game. Can't go. Perils. We're busy. Got a lot of stuff going on. But we thank Will Palaszczuk for stopping by. When we come back, the best and the worst of the NFL. Panthers are not in either list.
Look at that. We're in the gray.
It's like 4 weeks in a row.
I know.
Of not in those lists.
At least we're, this is a better streak than being at the bottom, because that was last season and the season before streak.
They'll get there.
Just wait for it. Just wait for it.
Top 5, bottom 5 next.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
He scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam Gold here from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, and it still feels like it's brand new. The NBA just started, and you're home for live betting on the NBA, FanDuel. Now's the best time to join. Why? Because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. That's right. Play with FanDuel's money. So pick something easy, like a Victor Wembanyama dunk. I don't know if you can bet on that, but that's easy. And then play with FanDuel's money. FanDuel.com/AGS. FanDuel.com/AGS. Sign up today. Official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, you're more than a policy. You're family. With offices in every county, we're close by when it matters most. Our local agents customize coverage to fit your life. And our award-winning claims team delivers fast, quality repairs. It's no surprise Forbes ranked us the #1 auto insurer in America. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
You don't need a 4-year degree to have a rewarding career that makes a difference in people's lives every day. As a public power line worker, you'll build and maintain a locally owned and operated electric system to keep the lights on in your community. 4 months in a community college program provides the training you need to begin your career as an apprentice line worker in public power. And being a local government employee in North Carolina comes with excellent benefits. To learn more about line worker and other public power careers, visit electricities.com.
For North Carolina high school seniors, the countdown to college is on. And at CFNC, we've got all the resources and information needed to get you on campus next year. Take College Application Week, for example. Did you know you can apply for free at many North Carolina colleges from October 20th through October 26th? Sure can. Don't miss the opportunity to save some money applying to college. And for more help, visit cfnc.org/C2C.
The North Carolina Healthcare Association invites you to listen to this month's podcast, Conversations on the State of Healthcare. We learn about an exciting new health initiative in Wake County called Precisely You, which uses DNA to transform the way we approach health. The goal is simple but powerful: help people prevent disease, detect it earlier, and improve health outcomes. Wakia Ellis is Vice President of Nursing for WakeMed Raleigh campus.
With Precisely You, we're looking directly at each individual's DNA. That lets us identify personal genetic risks for diseases like hereditary breast and ovarian cancer, colorectal cancer, and even heart disease that might be linked to high cholesterol.
You can learn more and join our latest conversations on the state of healthcare wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and find out more by visiting nchealthcare.org. North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
One Adam Gold. One Adam Gold.
Is he married to a person or just himself? Because that, I feel like that's very Aaron Rodgery of him to have the twist in there.
It's a very good question.
Oh, I don't know. We still don't know if it's a person.
Would he get down on one knee to ask himself over an ayahuasca?
Yes.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Do we have a Hurricanes hockey game tonight?
I think I've heard that. Yep.
Quite excited for that.
Yep.
Canes and the Golden Knights of Vegas.
Yep.
We don't call them Las Vegas. We call them Vegas.
Yeah, no. We don't have enough room to fit all that in there.
But then again, we don't call them the North Carolina Hurricanes. We simply call them the Carolina Hurricanes.
Well, that's just because I wanted to be polite to that other state.
It's a very good point. Very possible that is the reason. But it's North Carolina.
Yeah, we all know what it really is.
If I took an informal poll of those South Carolina residents, I think it would be the majority that there's a hockey team somewhere here. Did not know that.
Right.
I think that's probably what...
Multiple hockey teams here.
There are.
We've been talking about it in the YouTube chat, the different ones. Like, I need to go see the Greensboro Gargoyles.
That's right. That's the ECHL.
Yeah.
team.
And anyone who's been a little more west, the Thunderbirds, love going to those games. Oh, those are so fun.
Oh, where?
It's in Winston-Salem.
Oh, okay. I've not been.
They sell pork rinds there.
What, is that unusual? Can you buy pork rinds anywhere?
Specialty. I mean, I think you can. These are homemade,
Oh, really?
From the 336. So,
all right.
I don't know if it's legal or not, but they do it in a little kiosk. So, I mean, I'm assuming
legal
you have to
make homemade pork rinds?
I mean, there's a lot of things you got to jump through. Hoops
Do
you got
you?
to jump through to sell
Okay.
food. So, hopefully
did
they're
not know that.
legit.
Well,
I'm
that
sure
I
they
know.
probably are.
What would you say if I said I have never had a pork rind?
I mean, I could believe that I didn't have it until late in life. So, because the thought of it really grossed me out, but they're actually not terrible. They have protein in them.
Do they?
Yes. And they make them all different flavors.
That's
too.
the workaround.
Yeah.
Health food.
Right? Exactly.
Didn't we talk about that with Travis last week?
Well, yeah, we had probably.
He was eating.
Well, he was too busy eating during the
healthy chips.
round
Yeah. They make them. All right. So, I've never had a pork rind.
Yeah. Well, I would highly recommend you try those if you ever do dabble. So they're delicious.
All
They're
right.
good.
Yeah, there's hockey in Fayetteville, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
we have a long history of hockey here in the state of North Carolina. Of course, Charlotte is now the AHL affiliate of the Florida Panthers, and for a long time was the AHL affiliate of the Carolina Hurricanes. Now the Hurricanes affiliate is in Chicago, the Chicago Wolves.
Yes.
So, and we have several Chicago Wolves on the Hurricanes
we do.
right now. Bradley Nadeau, and we've got Charles Alexis Legault and Joel Nystrom. Actually, Legault is. You want the best or the worst first, Victoria?
Let's get the crap out of the way first.
All right. We will start. Now, I thought Spencer Rattler was the guy in New Orleans.
Right? You got to say it. Rattler.
Rattler. That's a great name for a quarterback. I mean, that is a college quarterback's name.
I know.
Spencer Rattler.
Or he should have like a leather shop where he makes boots and saddles.
Absolutely. He's or maybe I wonder if he's a nice guy because he's a snake.
Right. That's what his Halloween costume is.
Could be. They're 1-7. They are at the Rams this upcoming week. Putting a pin.
I know what that's going to be used
in
for.
That. Putting a pin in that. Saints at the Rams. They're just see. I said this last week. New Orleans wasn't in my bottom 5 last week. They're not incompetent. They're just not good. They're just no good.
Yeah.
So, number 28. Number 29, the Arizona Cardinals at 2-5 are on this list. You know, they've lost 5 in a row. And really, they should have lost 6 in a row because they should have lost to the Panthers in week 2. Here's the funny thing. You know that system we use to make your survivor pool pick? And we say every week, good teams only?
Yes.
How often could you take a team and then that team show up in a list like this?
Oh, yeah.
They are one of the worst teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this every year. You can be fun with Kyler Murray as your quarterback, but you'll never be good.
Right.
He is a fun quarterback. He is a capable quarterback, but he is not a good quarterback. And you can't win in the league without a good quarterback. You don't need a great one. You need a good one.
Right.
He's not a good one. He's just a fun one. And sometimes that's good enough for you if you're just trying to sell tickets. All right, they're number 29. Number 30, coming off their first win of the season, we bumped the Jets up.
Wow.
Upon further review, I looked at it, and the Jets are now 30th.
Did you expedite it? That's the newest NFL thing. Let's expedite it.
Here's the reason for it. Strange thing is that they have the worst offense in the sport. Now, they've scored more points than the Texans. They have a terrible offense because Justin Fields really can't throw. But they can run. And as long as they run it well enough, it opens up like throwing lanes for them. Bryce Hall is one of the best players in the whole league, and he's stuck on that team. But they're only 6th worst in point differential, and it only went up very slightly because they won by 1 point this week. So in spite of being winless, they were 6th worst in point differential. They have kept games, well, not all. Most games they have kept manageable. Should have beaten the Steelers in week 1. Probably should have beaten the Broncos in London. So number 30. Number 31, the same. It's the Miami Dolphins. They're just not very good at this. And I know they won a game. They beat, who did they just beat? They just beat the Falcons.
Yeah.
Way more on the Falcons than that is credit to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Atlanta?
Yeah. No, their whole season's a roller coaster. Win, lose, win, lose.
Atlanta.
Yes.
Atlanta's, like, some of the wins that they've gotten, you go, all right.
Yeah.
And so they beat Buffalo.
The Bills. But then we shut them out. It makes sense.
I remember that game.
Yeah, it feels a while ago.
Well, it was a while ago, and it was the start of this. It wasn't the start of the win streak. It was the first win. I'm not sure that the Panthers were really better than the Falcons that day. I think actually, let me put it this way: the Falcons were worse than the Panthers that day.
Yeah. I feel like it's the Bengals with the Jets. What were they doing? They were leading
but the Bengals aren't any good either.
They're not.
And their defense is bad. So, and the Jets ran all over them. Number 32, the Tennessee Titans. They are also 1-7. They have the worst point differential in the sport at -120. Twice. Remember, they fired their coach already. They have Mike McCoy, who was the coach of the Chargers years ago. Mike McCoy is the coach there now. He's the interim coach, trying to impress his bosses that maybe he'll become the head coach.
We know how that works here.
Twice, Mike McCoy punted on 4th down from plus territory. You're trying to impress your bosses and you do that? What is that? That's embarrassing. Cam Ward came off the field on one of those occasions and just disgusted, shouted at the head coach and went, why aren't we going for it? What are we protecting here?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's your bottom 5. Here's your top 5. I guess I have to be quick here. Number 5, back in with a bullet. The Kansas City Chiefs have won 3 in a row. By the way, they're going to Buffalo this week. Plus point differential of plus 83. It's among the highest in the league. They're actually looking, now that they've got all their weapons, like the team we thought they were. I don't think they're all the way there. And their next stretch at Buffalo, at Denver, home against Indianapolis. We'll see if they stay in. Number 4, Green Bay, 4-1-1. They play the Panthers this upcoming week. If I hadn't already taken Green Bay, never mind. I said this yesterday. When Jordan Love is at his best, he reminds me of good Aaron Rodgers. When Jordan Love is at his best, that's what he reminds me of. And he was at his best in Pittsburgh Sunday night.
With the worst, most atrocious uniforms. Barf.
Did they not look like crossing guards?
They did.
Right?
It was awful. I didn't think the Bumblebees could get worse. It did.
They looked like crossing guards.
Yeah.
Because my crossing guard also wore khakis. What was that?
I know.
Just, never mind. Number 3, Philadelphia. They're better when you throw the ball. Right? They didn't throw. Saquon Barkley had a great game, and they ran it very well, all of that. And they played the Giants, and the Giants keep getting guys, their best players, hurt. Philadelphia is idle, and then the following week will be at Green Bay. Number 2, Indianapolis is 7-1. They have the best point differential in the sport at plus 116. They have won 4 in a row, but we are going to test that this week, although they are favorites by about a field goal in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is.
Interesting. Upset special. And number 1, the Detroit Lions.
Love them.
Most fun. 5-2. They will host Minnesota this week. Their 2 losses are at Green Bay and at Kansas City. I think those are understandable losses. Understandable losses. Those are their 2 losses. All right, we have to get out of here. We want to see something from Andrei Svechnikov tonight.
Yes.
Against Vegas. I'll take a penalty. I'll take that. I am not asking for a lot. Victoria, thank you very much. Welcome back. We'll see everybody tomorrow.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Listen every afternoon for The Drive with Tim Donnelly.
The Panthers can't deny who they are. First overall pick at quarterback, 2 first-round pick wide receivers. They're going to be high-flying. Except now that this little